Hello and welcome to the Rogue Hunters podcast. This is episode 9. I am with our normal group, Snickle,
Hello.
Brian,
Hello.
and I'm Waves. We have some fun topics for today, some new games, some games that sold well last year, and a cool little website. Please like, comment, subscribe the video. The more we get, the more chances we'll be able to be on other podcast programs such as like Spotify and the like. But to get started, what have y'all been playing?
You want to go, Brian?
Yeah, I'll go. I got the Platinum in Spyro 2, and I got the Platinum finally in World Phoenix Rising. And I started up Spyro 3 so I could finish up the trilogy, and I've been working on Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered.
Very nice. Got Immortals done right before the DLC came out, I see.
Yeah.
He did that so like that.
I'm trying to decide if I should just wait until all 3 DLC packs hit or just knock them out as they come out.
I don't know, man. Like, obviously, like, I think Assassin's Creed Odyssey was the first game that I ever, like stayed up on the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of nice to, like, play, like, every few months only, like, 10 or 20 hours or whatever the DLCs took.
Right.
Compared to, like, blowing them all out at the end. I don't know. I would look at like, how if it's only going to take, like, 5 hours, just do it.
Right.
As it comes out.
Because I got to do the Spider-Man DLC, and I know that won't take long, but it's like, do I really want to just do DLC for 2 games for the next like week and a half?
I was actually thinking about that because, like, I remember Odyssey, the first 3 DLC, like the first episode or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It wasn't that, like, grueling as compared to, like, the second episode, the last 3 DLCs.
Yeah,
I think it's because, like, I did the last DLCs all together, because I didn't play it as it came out.
It can be hard because, like, well, it all depends on, again, how, like, long the DLCs take. But, like, yeah, with Odyssey, I mean, so I think the difference with Odyssey was the first episode, which was the Legacy of the First Blade, was not like it took place on, like, the normal map. It wasn't, like, on the fantasy maps, which I think made it feel not as long, but I also think it wasn't, like, as long of a DLC. But yeah, I mean, if you look at each one of those episodes, like, I think Fate of Atlantis, like, each of those episodes was at least 10 hours each. And there was 3 of them, so that's 30 hours right there. And then, you know, let's say Legacy of the First Blade's 20 hours to get through that whole thing. So you're adding another 50 hours onto a game that already is taking 100. So
yeah,
it can definitely make it feel longer, especially if you're not enjoying playing it to start off. But I think I enjoyed doing Odyssey, like, as it came out.
Okay.
So
like, I do enjoy Immortals, so I might just keep all of it and get it done as it comes.
Yeah, I mean, I would do that. It's like very rare that, like, you kind of, like, stay up on a game as the DLCs are coming out, actually. So
right. The only game I did that with was Spider-Man on the PS4.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would just do them as they come out, honestly. But
how much is the season pass for that game? I know they're usually like $30 or something.
40.
Probably 40 or 50.
30 to 40 for Phoenix.
Well, you got to figure so if you want to get the gold edition of that game, well, I don't know how much it is now, but if you wanted the gold edition when it came out, I think it was $120.
Really?
Yeah, so that comes with, I mean, the perk to that is you're getting the Steelbook, but I don't know if they're actually charging for that. I want to say the season pass is probably $50.
I just picked it up, so we'll see. I can look it over right now.
I mean, that's like basing it off of, like, an Assassin's Creed season pass.
But isn't that the game did that game come out with $60?
No,
yeah.
No, I thought it came out less.
No, it was 60.
Damn, I think I got mine for less.
Yeah, I only paid 40, 30 or 40 for mine on Amazon.
Yeah, I paid.
Okay, so the gold edition is $100.
So the DLC is probably 50, I would say, because I think they usually charge. I think they usually charge new game plus 50 for the season pass plus 10 for the steelbook.
The season pass is $40.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
you're
wait,
close. You were $10 off.
That makes sense though, because if the game was 60 when it came out, it's one. You said 110.
It's 100.
Oh,
for
100,
the gold
okay.
edition.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Slightly off. I think they always go over whatever it is. I feel like, at least for like Assassin's Creed, I feel like that's what they do.
Oh yeah. Well, it's that franchise. That's why.
Yeah, they're milking it.
Mm-hmm.
They got to.
Yeah, now they got another franchise that they can milk.
They can take their time milking this one, please.
Immortal. So you said you're playing Spyro 3 as well?
Yeah. I just want to get the trilogy done. So.
Yeah, all three of those are easy though, right?
Oh yeah. Well, 3 is the easiest because you actually don't have to collect everything.
Oh.
3 is just like a collection of mini games from what I remember.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I didn't like it that much.
Like I'm already on the second part of the second world already.
When are they gonna make a new one?
There is a rumor that a fourth one's being made.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they aren't. I mean, if they are making one, because apparently, I don't know if it sold well, but it made enough money. Crash 4.
Yeah,
and that studio also made the remasters for Spyro, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they would love to make another Spyro game.
Let's see. I think
it's Toys for Bob, isn't it?
Yeah, Toys for Bob.
Yeah.
Did it, but somebody messaged me on my Twitter actually about the rumor about a fifth one or a fourth one being made. So, can't remember who it was. I feel bad.
I feel like I remember hearing about it. I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised about it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like Wave said, it makes sense because they put a Crash 4 out. So, I mean, clearly they have like some. They at least think that their older franchises can keep going.
Right.
But that Spyro is something I want to get around to. I know I think it'll only take like a week or two to get them all done, but
I've been taking my time with them, just so I have something to play a little, to fill the void up, so I don't get like overworked on like Immortals and all that, and like get burnt out on them. So I just been throwing those in a little bit each day, and I was getting through one. I think I did one in like a week, two. I don't know. I've been getting through like one of the games every week, but in all honesty, you could probably go through all three in a weekend.
Yeah.
If you do just play that nonstop, you could probably do all three in like a weekend or a week and a half.
Yeah, I know you were playing them like in between. That's why it was taking longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I there's something that I want to play at some point. I mean, I think when like me personally, when I get done like my franchise, like switching off my franchises, or like I complete one of the franchises total, I'm gonna like put a poll out to see like what people want to see next, kind of.
Well, I love Spyro.
To like, yeah.
Or South Park.
Yeah,
Spyro
I mean,
would be kind of bad for like the rotation though, because it's just 3 games.
Yeah,
unless you want to count Skylanders.
I would have to look into it, but like the thing that's good is like at least you can put that in and do it, and then just pop it out like in a week or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. I mean, I would have to look because there's a bunch of franchises. Like I want to put a poll out to like give people suggestions, but I also want to like hear like suggestions that people have, like to like write in almost.
You could do that and then do the random number generator for one game and throw that into the poll.
Oh, the random number generator. I haven't
needs to update that Excel sheet.
Dude, I haven't updated my Excel file in forever, and I've bought about 100 more.
I think that's the one
games,
idea
probably.
you hate the most that I gave you.
Dude,
when was the last time you did that? It was like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Random number generator. Let me look through my games. It would have been
feel like it was 2019 the last time we did it.
Well, it gave me one time. It gave me Broforce, and then I was like, there's no fucking way. But
yeah, we got cheated out right there.
I'm trying to look. I'm just looking through to see like when the last, because I think I remember.
Was it a Puppeteer?
Yeah, it was Puppeteer. Yep. So it was 2019, December 2019. I need to go back to Puppeteer.
I was gonna say you never finished that game.
No, I didn't. I didn't, because I beat it and then I was like, God, this is just so fucking boring. But the thing with Puppeteer is I can make probably like 24 trophy guides on it, because there's a bunch of trophies at the bottom that are just like time trial related or something. So
well, for people who don't know what he's talking about for the random number generator, basically I gave Snick the idea to basically have his whole unfinished game list or games that he owns list and put a number next to him, and then he would go into like Google, do a random number search, and it so many times, and whatever number came up, and what number matched the game, that's the game he would have to play. It is one of my favorite ideas, but one of the ideas I hate the most for myself, and I think Snickle kind of hates the idea sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, the problem that I have, it's not necessarily that I hate the idea. Like, I think it's a great idea because I would do it on stream. And the way that it worked was like, so I used to keep up to date. I haven't done it in a while, but I used to keep up to date. I haven't done it. It says I haven't touched it in almost a year. I used to have a list of all of my games, PS3, PS4. And what I would do is I would track the game. I would track what system it was on. I would track if I owned it like physical or digital. Like I was basically like cataloging all of my games. But then another aspect of it was I also had like if it had any multiplayer trophies, if I had platinumed it, if it had DLC and if I had bought the DLC, and then it would like calculate if I had then completed the game. So basically like if I did the multiplayer, I would say like I would either have a Y in it for it had multiplayer, an N for it didn't, or I would have it as like done, which means I completed the multiplayer. And then I would either say that I platinumed or 100%ed it. And then if it had DLC, same thing, I would have a Y or an N, or I think I would do like a money sign if I needed to buy it. And then I would also have done, and then it would then calculate on the end. If I had said that I platinumed it and I finished the DLC, it would then calculate the last column to say like I have like 100% completed this game, kind of. But the problem was I haven't updated it in a year, because it was kind of like a pain in the ass for me to update, because basically every time that I would add a game, or every time I bought a game, I would then have to add it to the list, and I would go like weeks without adding games, so I would just completely forget about it. And it wasn't like the sorting side of it, because I could literally add them to the bottom, and I had like a macro made that would like sort it alphabetically.
Okay.
But it was just like so much to keep up on. And then I remember like I was doing the random number generator and I picked something, and then I was like, I didn't add these like 5 games to the list. So like, did I like just like fuck with the number generator? And it's not like we're talking about like 200 games. Like I have this list right here has 1,300 games on it. So, and that doesn't count games that I've bought in the last year.
So you're probably close to 1,400 probably now.
Yeah, maybe more. So
I remember when I was younger, I used to do like an Excel sheet of all the games I owned.
Mm-hmm.
But like I eventually ran into your issue where I would buy a bunch of games and I wouldn't update the Excel sheet.
Yeah.
And so it was like, and it's such a pain in the ass putting it in the Excel sheet and all that. No, yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that. So it's not that it was. I think it wasn't hard for me to add like physical games. It's harder for me now because I used to have all my games out like in a bookshelf or whatever in my room. But when I moved my room around and I like rearranged it to have like a bigger desk, which made it easier for me to like stream and stuff, I had to remove all my games. So they're now down in like containers in my basement because I don't have room for them. So it's hard for me. I used to be able to visualize and look over at my games and say like, oh, I have this because I have them listed alphabetically. So I could literally go to my system, I could sort it by PS3 games, and then I could look through all my PS3 games to make sure I have them all. So like it was easy enough for me to like sort and like figure that stuff out. But now that all my games are not like right next to me, it's hard for me to like verify like what I have and what I don't have. So maybe when like if and when I get a new game room and I put, because eventually when I end up moving out, I want to have like a room dedicated for like, you know, like an office kind of, and I want to get like a huge fucking bookshelf to put all my games on. But I don't know when that'll be. But I would hope that when I do that, then I could kind of update this Excel file. It's such a process, dude. I feel like I have to pay somebody to do it or pay myself.
See, you guys are, I did a little bit. See, I went extra. Mine was all handwritten because I was bored at work. So I actually just went through like my phone and the full list on PSN profiles and went alphabetically and wrote down every game I wanted to do and all that. and kept up with it as the games were released onto the list.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the thing that I really like, yeah, which like that's like one of the only ways, if you're doing it for like trophy purposes, that's like the only way that you can really go about it. Like I have games on here that don't have trophies. Like I have like Afro Samurai, like Baja, Edge of Control, and the PS. Or like since I was like actually like collecting games, I have like games like Condemned 2. Like I have some pretty good games that don't have trophies. But I think another reason why I used to really utilize this list was like when I was doing like multiplayer games, like strictly multiplayer games, like it would help me to figure out like what I needed to do and everything. And I used to like actually update it and just like keep on top of it. But I really just don't do it anymore. And we used to also have that Excel spreadsheet that like it was called the Cabin Grind Pit that we used to, which I may like revive. I think I did like a semi revival of it a few weeks ago, but yeah. I've been trying to like maybe bring that back because we used to use that to help each other like boost. We'd have like whatever 5 or 6 people that would be on the list, and you would put in there like if you were interested in doing a game, you would put like yes, and then if someone wanted to boost the game, they would go look at the Excel spreadsheet and say these people wanted to boost it, so I'll just at them when it comes time to it.
Oh, that new Excel sheet you made is like a shell of its former self, Sniffle.
Oh, I know. It's kind of sad. I'm gonna pull it up right now. It's really sad that like it used to be like this huge spreadsheet, and like it has a lot of like I haven't really, the only thing I've really erased from it is like games that are unobtainable. But like, dude, this shit, I used to keep up on this shit like all the time. Like I would keep up on this, my games list. On the Excel spreadsheet for like the Cabin Grind Pit, I had like a tab that had like unobtainable games, and I used to really keep up on all of it. But that was like back when I was like hardcore multiplayer only.
Yeah, no, we're not trying to get you back into it.
I mean, no. I don't mind doing it, but I am trying to like finish stuff. So sometimes it pops out. I think I was telling people like this when I was doing it, but like there was like a sick, satisfying feeling I had when I went for Twisted Metal back in the day. Because it reminded me of like Killzone 2, and like that's even sick to say as well. But I don't know. There was just something about like doing games right before they went down, like the adrenaline rush of like doing like this is going to be the last opportunity. I guess
Mortal Kombat 9 doing it literally an hour before it got killed.
That was awesome. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I used to have an Excel sheet for all my games, but it wasn't just like my PS3 and PS4 games.
Mm-hmm.
It was for like my PS2 games, my PS1 games, my Vita games, and all that.
Yeah, I actually used to use like a cataloger online, like a free one, for like the same thing, because I used to have like a really big original Xbox game collection and like a PS, not like really big, but like a PS2 collection that was like had a few games and like PSP and Vita and everything. But then I don't know, it's so difficult to like keep up on it, especially when you have to like manually put in all the information. Like, so now basically like I would go to the store, buy the game, I'd have to come home, put the game on the list, look up all the info. Does it have multiplayer trophies? Does it have DLC? Like I would look all this stuff up, and like it was convenient like later on, but it was just so much like front loaded work that I was like, this legitimately feels like a job.
And now with like digital games also.
Yeah, that was
like
that was a whole nother issue because I would buy like I don't do it anymore, but I used to buy like all those shit games. I'd buy like 20 shit games on a sale for like whatever $2 a pop, and then I would just completely forget to put them on the list. And then I was like, do I even need to put My Name Is Mayo on the list? Like I did it in 20 minutes and deleted it. Like, do I really have to? So. But
that's what I've been playing.
What have you been playing, Snickle?
Sorry, that we diverged there pretty hard.
Hey man, it's the beauty of our podcast, right? Like,
hey,
we just end up going on tangents, and the episode's like 2 hours long. You know?
No, this was gonna be a short one. It's gonna be a short one.
No,
no, man.
We just went on a 20-minute tangent, but don't worry, it'll be a short one. Nah, I mean I haven't been playing too much. I finished up Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast, and thank you. And I'm starting to make trophy guides and stuff on it now. And then I did on stream last night, which I completely regret, Telling Lies, which was just a god-awful FMV game. Like, when I say god-awful, like, 5 Dates was at least, like, funny to play. This game was just like, who created this shit? This is not a game. This is not fun.
I know Andrew joked on the stream that I fell asleep watching this. But, like, I legitimately fell asleep watching you play that game.
Yeah. Which, yeah, Waves did fall asleep for, like, a half an hour. And to be fair, if I wasn't streaming, I would have definitely fallen asleep, too.
I'm not gonna lie.
But, well, Andrew ended up playing it, like, today, the day after I platinumed it. And I think he got it done in, like, 30 minutes or something. Which, like, it's completely doable to do that because you can literally just like click on videos and then click off and then it progresses the time. You don't have to actually watch them. I went in like, I wasn't like expecting that, but like I went in like watching the videos and then I was like, what the fuck is this game? And then I started watching that like one girl that's from Westworld because she was supposed to be like a titty streamer. So like I was actually like watching what was going on there because we were just laughing at her the whole time. But then, I mean, I guess the thing that sucks about the game is you have to watch all of the video clips in the whole game. Mm-hmm. And there's 170 of them. And you can't just go down a list. You have to type in a keyword and then watch it and back off. And then you got to type in another keyword, click on it and back off. So it's just like, there's so much work for like what you have to do. But if you know that going in, you can do the platinum in like a half an hour. But my issue that I had was I missed a few videos and I didn't know what keywords I missed. So,
ouch.
Yeah, it was, needless to say, I was pretty frustrated, but it's over now. But that's all I've been playing. I guess I started today, since my next game on my rotation is Hitman Absolution. So on the PS3.
On the PSN 3.
Yep, which is unobtainable now, but I got those trophies, so
it's just one trophy, right?
I think it's a few. Let me take a look.
Now, is it just the PS3 one that's out, or was it on the 4?
No,
the 4 one doesn't have the online. Yeah, if I'm correct.
Oh, okay.
It's just the PS3 one. You have to do like contracts online. It's called I guess they're called contract tutorial. They're just called contracts. So there's a few trophies. There was like, you had to earn $1 million from contracts. You had to complete the contract tutorial. You had to complete the create contract tutorial, create the play contract tutorial. Then you had to play a contract created by a friend, create a contract competition, and then participate in a contract competition. And I think that's all you had to do. But basically there was like this thing, which actually is like a pretty cool option in the game. You could like basically create your own missions, like your own Hitman missions. But they took it out back in, I got this done right before 2017, 2018 maybe, sometime around there. Actually, I can look at the date of when people are in these. May of 2018. So, but yeah, I've heard Hitman Absolution, you can play like a third-person shooter. You don't actually have to be stealthy, so should be fun.
See, there's a part of me that's kind of upset that I didn't do the Hitman. What was it, Hitman 2 you guys did, the online trophies for?
Yeah.
The servers went down. And there's a part of me that knew I should have did it with you guys just to get out of the way, but Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of suck. The thing that's annoying, I think we talked about it last week with Hitman 3 trophies coming out, but like IO Interactive is just, I don't get them. I truly just don't get them. But I mean, you can always go and play again, another thing I don't understand when they like remastered the games, but you can go and play like the PS3 ones, like you can do like Hitman 2, Hitman Contracts, and then play Blood Money on the PS4. But it was like a few years ago they ported, I would say, not even remastered, even though I think they call them remasters. They like ported Blood Money and Absolution to the PS4. But the only way you could get Blood Money before was on the Hitman Trilogy disc, which also had Hitman 2 and Hitman Contracts. So like I don't understand why they like split it up the way they did, but you know, whatever. Hitman 2 is still by far the best Hitman game ever, hands down.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite growing up.
Yeah, I remember playing the shit out of that one. I am actually looking forward to playing the reboot though, the rebooted ones, because I think from what I've seen, they look kind of fun to play.
Yeah.
The only Hitman game I've ever played in my entire life was like one on the PS2, and I couldn't get past like this gate or something like that.
It was probably Hitman 2. That's like the one that everyone played. So the first mission was that like a mansion kind of, and you started on a hill.
Yeah, there's like some guy
that
has like flowers he's delivering or something.
Yeah,
yep,
that was 2.
That's Hitman 2 Silent Assassin. Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't get past the first mission as a kid.
Dude, you either kill him and take the flowers or kill the bookman.
Yeah, there's a few ways you can get in here. Waves you can kill the flower guy, take the flowers, and walk in. The other way you can get it in is there's a guy on the side of the building, which this is the one that I use. He comes out to take a piss, and then you can subdue him and steal his clothes. And then you have like guard clothing, and you can just like run around and do whatever you want to. But no, that Hitman 2 that one was the shit, man. That one was the shit. I think Katz told me that Blood Money was his favorite one, and like I liked Blood Money, but I don't know. Hitman 2 is still my favorite.
Contracts was pretty good too.
Yeah, Contracts was kind of like a DLC to Hitman 2. It like played the same exact way.
Well, I think that's why I like Contracts.
Yeah, Hitman Go was pretty great.
Shut up.
You are now banned from this.
God, Waves always just got to ruin everything. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. That's what I've been. What have you been playing, Waves?
Hitman Go.
Hitman Go. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Hitman Go. Well, as I said the last podcast, Snickle was gonna train me or whatever in the Shadow of Mordor thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It took a couple of tries and a lot of bad luck.
Oh.
But I did get the platinum and the 100% in Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year edition.
Congrats.
Yeah, Waves and I were on calls, I think like 2 or 3 nights trying to get this, and I was basically like, I was his personal trainer to get the trophy, and yeah, I saw a lot of shit that I've just never seen before.
The game, there was a part where there was a point when the game glitched while I was fighting like this one of the captains, and I got knocked off of the Graug while it was like mid eating. Okay. And then the captain fell through the floor of the world, and the Graug was just like chilling there. So I went back on the Graug and I went to go grab one of the other captains. Or War Chief, actually, I don't know. Yeah. But I went to grab one of them, and the Graug misses, but the game still thinks that the captain that fell through the floor is in the Graug's hand right now. So the Graug just starts eating the air,
and then the captain
dies.
Yeah. That shit was phenomenal. Like it like continued the animation like when Waves got knocked off. Like, and that was actually the run that you got that you like completed it on too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shit, there was so much stuff that I saw. And I remember I kept telling Waves, Katz was in it the night that he got it done too, but I kept telling Waves, he would be like at a part or something and he'd be like, not like, I swear to God, I said this to you like 200 times every time. I'd be like, no, man, you got enough time. Trust me. Just like do this, this, and this, but you got enough time. Like, you just got to trust me, Waves. But
and then I'd get fucked by the spawn mission.
yeah, but then of course, then something would happen, or like he would like the one time when he was like just about to get it, the mission was in the wrong spot, but then Waves ran over to get the Graug, but he took a step inside of the building, which then despawned the captain, and then they all ran away. And I was like, God, like you kind of needed that to be done right then and there. Or you had the other one when like you were, what was the one with like the war chief? You had to like redo a war chief mission or something, and it wasted like 5 minutes. And I was like, yeah, that's just like, I was like, just keep going. We might be okay. But yeah,
give you hope for me to do it.
Yeah, I mean, like I was just coaching Waves. I mean, I don't mind helping other people if we're just chilling in a call, but there's so much shit that happened that I've just like never seen before. I was like honestly surprised, but hey, I mean, Waves got it done. I'm proud of him. Then I coached him through the other DLC too, which I don't really think he needed coaching on.
No, that one was super easy.
Yeah.
But also, after that, I just kind of went on a fighting game binge. I didn't finish any of them, but I just played some of them. I played some of DOA 5 last round on the PS4.
Should I need to get on that?
And I played some of Samurai Showdown on the PS4, which I inadvertently got a trophy that I wasn't going for. It's for doing 50 ghost battles, which is like their asynchronous like online multiplayer.
Is that like hard to do?
No, it's like super easy, but I was just fucking around and like showing my cousin the game, and I beat one of the ghost matches, and that was like the 50th one that I needed. And I didn't know.
Shoot, it works.
And then I bought Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, because that game's low-key really fun. This
man was just trying to play every fighting game under the sun.
I went on a binge. I mean, I also played some Black Ops Cold War, but I don't want to talk about that game. Okay. That game always freezes my PS5. I don't know why.
Oh, it's still having that issue? I've heard that from the launch of the PS5 that it was doing that.
Yeah, like it froze my PS5. I got scared.
You thought it killed your PS5, didn't you?
Yeah. But right now, I'm basically working on Persona 5 Royal. Okay. I'm like halfway through the game. That game, Persona 5 Royal compared to Persona 5 proper, I guess, is so easy. It's like, it's so fucking easy.
Is there a reason why?
Well, you can get all the DLC that was in the first Persona 5 game. Mm-hmm. You can get all that DLC that was in that game for free in Royal.
Okay.
And then you can, one of those free DLCs is a level 90 Persona, which gives you a stat boost, basically. And you basically one-shot enemies for like the first 3 palaces. and then you also get like this accessory that makes the amount that you need to like use to make one of those, to do one of the moves with your persona, be like counted by, broken by half or whatever. And then there's just a bunch of other like little stuff in the game that makes it so much easier. Like there's these things called traits now that makes like, oh, your SP costs smaller if for like certain attacks, or you get more SP while you're inside of a palace, in which like used to be really hard to do back in like Persona 5. And then like just trophy wise, it's so easy. Like everything that makes a Persona game kind of annoying to get, like getting the 100% compendium, which is when you get all the personas in the game. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do that anymore in Persona 5 Royal. You don't have to do like a bunch of stuff that usually, like, I think in Persona 5 you have to do all the confidants up to level 10, and Persona 5 Royal you just have to do one of them up to level 10. And
Okay, I was gonna say, isn't Persona 5 like 100-hour plat or something like that?
So I mean, they're both 100 hours just because the game is really long.
Guide says 150. I thought it was like 100.
No, yeah, they're both gonna be over 100 just because like the game's super long. I think when I first finished Persona 5, I was like at 110 minutes or something like that.
Dude, that's fucking wild. They're saying Persona 5 Royal is 120. I find it crazy. I find it crazy that like games that require that much time, like the platinum rarity is that high.
Well,
Because
this one's just like super fucking easy is the thing.
yeah, but you would just think like from a trophy hunting standpoint, like people wouldn't put that much time into like a game. Like I always think that about like the Assassin's Creed games or like what's another one? Like I don't know, like any new game like Sekiro or like even like Ghost of Tsushima, like even though it's, you know, kind of short, like these games are like Spider-Man, like they're all like super high for like what you would think that they would be. And then you look at a game like I don't know, you look at a game that's just like not even comparable, like for instance, a game I just did, Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast, which you can literally chapter select, use cheat codes, like do the game in like 12 hours is like a 13% platinum.
Hmm.
I don't know. I look at the numbers sometimes and I'm like these don't like this doesn't make sense.
Persona 5 Royal, you can probably cut that in half, the 120.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Even like with Persona 5, you can cut those in half if you just like skip all the cutscenes.
Yeah, that is true, yeah. But I don't know, that's one thing that I've been looking at like trophies, because like I do look at the numbers of stuff sometimes and I just look at it and I'm like, it just doesn't make sense sometimes. Because like what is like I look at like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, right? So that's like Valhalla is different because like it's a new game. Odyssey's been out for like 2 years, right? So Odyssey, which we talked about, I'll actually go to the guide here and see what they suggest on the guide. That there's no way that's true. So the guide says 70 hours. I would say Odyssey's between like 80 to 100 hours to do the base game. DLC is probably like another like 50, maybe less than that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, still, you're looking at easily between all of it 120 hours, I would say.
I think that's just par for the course now, like with any game.
I just
that's
don't
like
get it.
open world.
Yeah,
because like
I don't get it.
I forget what.
But like if you so there's nothing missable, and there is a missable trophy in Odyssey, but there's nothing like you can get that easily. There's nothing like missable. If you look at a game like, if we want to talk about like open world, if you look at a game like Assassin's Creed Odyssey compared to like a game like Grand Theft Auto 5, which is probably from a time perspective comparable, probably around, I'm looking at the guide here for GTA 5, they're saying 130 hours for the platinum. I would say that that's probably around right, 120, 130. So you're looking at the same time for the platinum 100% for like Odyssey, but GTA 5 is under a 2% platinum, where Assassin's Creed is not. But I guess the other point to that is there's a lot more people that have played GTA 5. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, GTA 5 has all the multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean, it has the multiplayer, but it's not like, if you go down and look at the multiplayer trophies, like there's nothing that's like super difficult. Like all the I'm looking at the multiplayer trophies right now. They're all above 20% other than 2 of them. One of them being to direct a driver to first place as a co-driver in rally mode, which I didn't even know that was a fucking thing. And then the other one being participate in everything Los Santos has to offer. Like those two, that doesn't seem too difficult.
No.
But I don't know. I just look at them, or I guess the level 100 too, and then getting actually right here, first place in all competitive game types is actually almost an ultra rare. But I mean, even if you factor that out, like if you look at doing like in GTA, like doing the 100% completion, or like even something as easy as like completing all of the knife flight challenges, which I guess that has a little bit of like skill tied to it. Like that's still like a 3% trophy. Like, just with like a little bit of time, you can do that. Or like the 100% completion in GTA 5 doesn't even make you like do everything in the game, and that's still like a 3% trophy. Like, I really don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know, like, for Persona 5 Royal, you could probably cut that in half. And also, with, like, the DLC stuff that I said, it makes the game super easy. Like, the palaces would usually take you, like, a couple number of days to do. With that DLC, you basically have it done on your first day, on your first go, without having to really try. And then you make it even easier if you put it on like easy mode. So I think that's probably why this one's like so high. I think like the base Persona 5 is like a 10% right now. Okay. 10% plat.
Yeah,
10.52%.
Yeah, it's around there. I don't know. I just get when I look at the numbers for stuff, I just get confused because I'm just like, this almost feels like it doesn't make sense. And I get like the whole like open world side of it, but like, I don't know.
Well, I think it's also like you said, it's game owners. Like GTA 5,
1.1.
It's not just like It's not just like trophy hunters that are playing it or whatever.
Yeah, which like
everyone's playing it. Like I played GTA 5 and I don't really think I'm ever gonna get that platinum.
Yeah, which like I totally get. I don't know.
But yeah.
That's all you've been playing?
Yeah, that's all I've been playing. I'm gonna finish up Persona 5 Royal. And then I'm
Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, the base one?
Sorry, there's a car passing by. I'm gonna finish up fuck, I forgot what I was saying.
Persona 5 Royal?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do Persona 5 Royal. Finish that game up because it's easy. I'm still like slowly grinding away at Yakuza 0. I'm not like trying to burn myself out with that game. And then I'm like torn between Dante's Inferno and Resident Evil 3 because I know Resident Evil 3 is like a quick plat if I just like sit down and do it. I mean, I should do Resident Evil 3. I don't know.
Dante's Inferno can be too. The only thing with that is, which I really regret not making a collectible guide on that game. It's probably different now, but back when I went for that platinum, the only collectible guide that they had for the game was like literally this like super Italian dude just like talking through the whole thing, and he recorded it like his TV with like his phone.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like this man was like straight from Italy, I swear to God. But I mean, I don't know. That game, I really wish they would remaster that game or like just re-release it, because I like debate like going back and just playing it for fun, because like it's such a good game.
Yeah, too bad EA took Visceral to the shed.
Yeah, they took him out. They took him out to play with the roses in the field and then shot him right in the back of the head while they were out there.
I was gonna say actually, I was gonna report on to you guys about Shaun White snowboarding.
Oh yeah.
I already kind of told Snickle about this, but so I did message Ben Wrapped, I think is his name. He did message me back, and turns out you can get the normal multiplayer game, so not the Generation 2.0. That one's unobtainable forever. But I do have that trophy. You can get the other online game, the online trophies, if you have 2 PS3s and 2 copies of the game.
Okay.
And you play through LAN. So I did get 2 copies of the game. And I have 2 other PS3s that my brother gave me a long time ago. And I remembered why he gave them to me now. It's because they're both broken.
You can't get them to work for like an hour?
Okay, so one works completely fine, but the disk drive is broken. So it can't read discs.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is a fat PS3. And
those overheat. Yeah.
I plugged that shit in, and it was jet fanning harder than a launch PS4 trying to play Cyberpunk 2077.
Jesus. Sounds like it's time for you to go get a Super Slim.
I can't find one.
It's time for me to get a PS3 in general.
Yeah, I need a new one, so I've been looking for like a Super Slim, and oh my god, you cannot find them anywhere.
Yeah, I got the Super. I got 2 Super Slims. Hey, but I mean, this goes to the topic that we talked about last week, Hannibal's topic about like multiplayer trophies adding bots. Like, this is like a perfect example of like this is how games should have been designed, or this is how they should be designed. You should be able to do them within LAN.
Yeah.
Right.
Just sucks that you can't get that Generation 2.0 if you start from scratch.
Which is so dumb. I feel like they should do it the way you said, where you just like press X on the choice, and then it just like unlocks that trophy for you.
Yeah, right. It's almost like you don't get the trophy until it's like accepted that you've done it, or like the receiving end has accepted that you've done it, rather than like just giving you the trophy just to upload it, which is just like you pressing the button. But I don't think Ubisoft will be fixing that.
Yeah, no. I actually got a what's it called, a survey from Sony today.
Mm-hmm.
About the PlayStation app, and I was surprised to see that they acknowledged the PS3 and the Vita, like in the survey.
Really? The store, like, was it anything related to the?
Yeah, they were like, how long? Which one of these do you play? And it was like, first it was like PS5, PS4, and then PS3, and then after that it was like the Xbox consoles, and then it was like Nintendo consoles, and then after those it was like Vita and 3DS.
What the fuck?
And then
I gotta see if I got that survey.
But that survey was pretty cool because at the end they put me in a thing for a raffle for $100 Amazon gift card.
Hey, yeah, so, please. Waves needs that. Please.
Yeah, I need to get Plus, and I need to get that fucking Shift DLC so Snickle can stop attacking me for it.
No, I don't care. I just brought it up because I went down to my I went down to my PS3 games last week to get Shaun White out because I haven't been down there in a while because I really don't play my PS3 really all too often. Other if we're like boosting a game or I'm doing like Hitman or something. I mean, I guess I play my PS3 and my PS4 the same amount, but I went down there to get Shaun White, Shaun White, and I went down today to put it back because I went to check the online for Waves last week, and when I went to put it back, I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick up like I didn't have Hitman Absolution, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick that. I'm gonna get that while I'm down there. And then I was looking through and I was like, oh shit, let me grab like Need for Speed, like Shift and Shift 2, because those are the last 2 Need for Speeds on the PS3 that I need for multiplayer. So then I was just like, I just messaged Waves randomly and I'm like, yeah, you trying to do the Shift online?
We'll do them, Stickle. I just need money. Money.
I'm not in a rush. I was gonna say once you get done your Shaun White, we got to keep the snowboarding games going. So SSX will be.
No, I can't do all the snowboarding games, so I gotta stop at Shaun White.
What you mean? That's the only one that's unobtainable. You can do SSX. You can do that other stupid ass one on the PS4. You can do Steep. You got
Rough Riders or whatever it's called.
What is it?
Just got delayed.
What is it?
The Ubisoft one that just got delayed, Rough Riders or whatever it's called.
That one's like a mountain biking game. I don't know if there's snowboarding in it, but
can you snowboard in SnowRunner?
Can you snowboard? No, you cannot.
Oh, that's not. Oh, well, there's no fun there.
You can drive on the ice though.
No. Speaking of gift cards, I actually found out something. My work does a thing like a appreciation thing, like. If you do something somebody acknowledges, you fill out a card, and at the end of each month you get they choose like so many people, and if they choose you, you get like a reward, like points for this new system. They got like rewards. So I was looking at the system, like, oh, these are gonna be like crappy prizes. I could buy PSN gift cards with my rewards.
Hey.
Hey.
And it's like 2,000 points for like $10. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to use these points for anything else.
I'll take that. Yo, you know what points, that reminds me. So last week they released more PS5s through Sony Rewards, I think.
Yeah, I was actually about to say that. I kind of missed that.
Yeah, so I went on. So basically, you could buy. Sony Rewards was releasing PS5s. Now, the way they did it before was you got in like a queue, and then you would go into the store. The way that so they didn't do a queue for this one. I still missed out, but they didn't do a queue for this one. You just went on and you put it in your cart, but instead of paying with cash, you could pay with points.
Huh.
But the
I'm sure it was like a ridiculous amount of points.
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous. But the downside to it was you could buy points with money. So you could basically bots could still, I think like scalpers could still get in there and buy it. But
so
I mean, it was definitely a different way of them doing it. I don't remember exactly. I think it was like 50,000 or something, maybe more.
Or how many points? How much the points cost? That's the question.
I don't know. I mean, I had it in my cart. I really don't know if I can.
That's fine.
I had it in my cart and I was trying to do it, but it just wasn't like loading. But you can do like redeem, shop the catalog. Let me see if I can find a. So like a DualShock, I believe it's a point for $1. So it would have been. It would have been 50,000 makes sense, right? Because
I know 1,000 points is like $10.
You could basically like you can get like there's a DualShock, you can buy a DualShock 4 for like 6,500 points. But they probably don't have it anymore, but yeah, basically you could buy points with your like when you went to checkout. You didn't have to have them all the points on you. So I thought it was just a different thing because I don't think, scalpers probably didn't have that extra step set up in the bots that they were making. So it was a better way of going about it, but yeah, it was still like you got to the checkout, you went to do all that, and then the site crashed. So
man, I hate Sony Rewards right now because I have 1,000 points.
Mm-hmm.
More specifically, I have 1,113 points. And they won't let me redeem my points for this $10 PSN card.
Why?
I don't know. I always just keep getting, your order could not be completed. Please contact us so we may assist you. And I contacted them like 5 times at this point.
Dude,
I guess they haven't called you back yet.
That's crazy. I remember when I don't think they do it anymore, but you used to be able to like earn trophies for points.
Yeah, I missed that. I kind of wish they would bring it back, but I know they must have been losing a shit ton of money after those Red Alika games came out.
Yeah, that's the problem, man. If they just fixed the Red Alika games, then they could have kept doing that. But,
right?
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. They were getting their sales either way, but
I mean, the thing is that even without the Red Alika games in general now are like super easy to get their platinums in.
Yeah, I think we talked about that in like one of the first episodes. How like all the new like Sony like exclusive games are all easy to platinum.
Yeah, like I think The Last of Us 2 is at a 50% now. Okay, it's not 50%, but it's 30%. It's about to be 31.
Well, like Ghost of Tsushima passed 50%. Spider-Man I think is past 50%, at least on the PS. I mean on the PS5, Spider-Man is at almost a 70% platinum. Miles Morales is on the PS5 is at over 50%. I'm trying to look for The Last of Us Part 2. I don't feel like typing it in. I can't find it. So
it's at 30%.
But like that's so high. I mean, I've always said it. Like it's nice that they make them easy because I think it like introduces people into trophies more. but at the same time, like it is kind of I think it can be kind of annoying that it's like that easy, especially Last of Us 2, because they added all like the accessibility stuff, which like doesn't disable trophies. So
yeah, I saw I follow Shuhei Yoshida and on Twitter.
mm-hmm.
I saw that like apparently at least 10,000 people that have gotten the platinum or something like that were disabled in some way, like they weren't able to see or something like that, and they were able to like, get the platinum with all the accessibility stuff in The Last of Us 2.
I mean, it's definitely like it's definitely cool. Like it's cool for that like purpose, but you know, you obviously have the I wouldn't say issue, but you have the other side of like people kind of like abusing it that don't have like the disabilities, so they're just getting like trophies easy, which goes into the whole thing of like, you know, playing a game for trophies or playing a game to play a game.
Yeah.
So
we've already talked about that topic.
Yeah.
Also, in which
yeah,
I think we're all in the same boat of like play the game.
yeah, just play the game. Just play the game. All right. Well, it sounds like you've had a pretty eventful week, Waves.
Yeah. That'll bring an end to our 1 hour introduction.
Well, I guess we can talk about, so like the last thing to end that with is like, have you guys picked up any games?
I picked up 4 or 5 new games.
Okay, nice. Let's hear them.
Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. That's on the new sale. It was like $5-7.
Okay, cool. Walking sim, like it.
The Order 1886, since I got it cheap for like $2.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
Nice.
I did not have that physical, so I'm happy I own that physical now. Killzone: Shadows Fall. And one that Snickles is going to be very proud of, Godfather 2.
Nice. That's a good
Godfather 2's a low-key slapper.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Certified low-key slapper. Just make sure it can read the disc, because mine got effed up.
Yeah. I remember asking Snickle to play that game a bunch of times before he started.
Yeah. I got most of the games on the GameStop at sale. Like, get 4 games for $30 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, alright, and just went through the list, and I'm like, looking for games that are like kind of hard to find. So they had Godfather 2. I'm like, alright. They didn't have Saw 2, but they had Godfather 2, so I'm like, alright.
Yeah, Godfather 2 was that type of game where I played it, put it down, played it, put it down, played it, put it down, and then ended up playing it again. I think I was having issues wrapping my brain around the executions, which the game fucking tracks them. I don't know why I couldn't wrap my brain around it, but yeah, when I ended up going for it, like they have all of the executions, like they literally have all the collectibles, everything you need in the menu. Like it's a very good game when it comes to like tracking stuff. So
nice.
But nice.
I know for that game, for me, it sat like with one trophy missing for like the longest time, and it was executions. The only one I had missing was like killing someone with a bottle or something like that.
Yeah, I think that they said like the only ones that are like they say that a few of them are like quote unquote missable. Like I think there's one for like throwing someone off like the roof of a building or something.
Right.
Yeah.
But like trust me, just like as you're playing through the game, just like look at them, and when you get the opportunity, like do it.
Well, what the game doesn't tell you.
I think I'm just gonna write them all down and then check them off as I go.
Yeah,
what the game doesn't tell you is that like it has to be against mobsters. You can't just like do it with anyone.
Yeah, it's like a civilian. The game will check it off for you. So like you should be okay. But like the way that I was doing it was like I went in and I looked at all the executions, and then I was like I would like look at one and I would try to do that one, and then I would look at the next one and try to do the next one. And then I kept going on. The one that I had issues with, which I didn't have issues, I think there was one for like silently taking someone down or something like that, and it wasn't an ability that you unlocked until like later in the game. So
okay.
But I remember like I really couldn't I don't know why I couldn't wrap my brain around that back when I played it so many times, but I eventually just like sat down and was like, yeah, I'm doing this. Like, we're getting this one done.
Yeah, your brain was a pretzel.
It happens. It happens to some of us sometimes.
I was gonna say I think I'm slowest achiever for that, but I don't think I have it because I have like a shit ton of missing timestamps.
Let me check. So it took me 8 years, 4 months. There's got to be someone that took like way longer. Well, there's people that have missing timestamps with 136 years. I mean, I'm on the last page of like legitimate timestamps, but
yeah, I'm with the 136 group.
I don't see you on here, Waves.
Yeah, it should be.
I don't see you on here.
Unless, like... Where am I?
I'm looking him up. Platinum with missing timestamps.
I literally only have timestamps for, like, 3 trophies in this game.
That shit's crazy.
And this was a game that I played before I knew the internet existed.
Before the Waves 400 was the Waves 400.
Exactly.
That's Waves 500.
Waves 500.
Crazy to think about. And I'm assuming Waves this week you only picked up Shaun White's snowboarding copy number 2.
Oh yeah, I got both of those, but I also got Power Rangers Battle for the Grid.
That's right, you did get that too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's it.
And then I think I didn't pick anything up per se, but I did. I'm just double checking before I say this. I did pre-order Hitman 3.
Nice.
On the PS4, because I don't know if I'll have a PS5 when I get to it. So if I end up doing Hitman Reboot, because this is what I'm doing for Hitman. So I'm doing Hitman Absolution next, then Hitman Reboot 2016, then Hitman 2, then I'll do Hitman 3, and then I'll go back and do Hitman Blood Money and Absolution again on the PS4. So I'll be adding Hitman 3 in after 2. And I don't know if I'll have a PS5 by then, so I'm going to play it. And then I'll have to add the PS5 in when I get it one day.
Does that game have like a PS4 to PS5 upgrade?
I don't know. I don't see it like, so because I pre-ordered it through Amazon, because that's where I pre-order all my games. I don't think it says it on the box. I'm looking at the, because you know how most of them say like free upgrade to PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's PSVR compatible, which looks like fucking hilarious. Just double checking. I don't know if you can, but when I get it and I start playing it, I'll let people know. Dude, Hitman 2 right now is $15. That's so crazy. So one of the things that I do every once in a while, I'll just say this like real quick before we move on. One of the things I do every once in a while is I'll just like go on Amazon and just start looking through like games, just like randomly. And I always come across these games and I'm like, holy shit, this is so cheap. Like, what the fuck? Like, Hitman 2 is $15 right now on Amazon. Cyberpunk, $35. Don't know if I would pay that.
How much?
Valhalla, $35. Immortals, $30. I just always go through here and find like random ass games for like the cheapest.
They depreciate in value like super fucking fast.
Yeah, that's why I don't like I'm against like pre-ordering now. I will not like pre-order games anymore unless it's something like I'm doing like with Hitman 3 or like Assassin's Creed. Like I just don't pre-order because I've noticed that like Neo 2 came out in 2020, right, Waves?
Yeah.
I bought Neo 2
early 2020.
Yeah, it was like late 2020, right? Or was it early?
2020.
Okay.
It was like February, I think, when it came out.
So it comes out early 2020, February 2020. I bought it 2 weeks ago, maybe a little bit more, for $10. Like,
See,
I still can't believe how cheap I bought that game for.
I bought it for like 5 months after it came out for $20.
I don't get how there's some games that depreciate fast and there's some that don't. They'll literally like ride at like a steady cost. You just have to like keep an eye out for them.
Yeah, like one game I've been wanting to get, but I don't want to pay $60 for is Sackboy's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
It's still sitting at $60, so I'm like, no.
It'll
I know
go down.
one that kind of.
I'm just looking through. So what I do is I go on Amazon, search a game, and then down at the bottom there'll be like an option that says like customers who bought this also bought this, or like recommended games.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the ones that I just look through. Like I'm looking through them right now. Like Doom Eternal, $35. Last of Us Part 2, $30. Go to the next one. Yakuza Collection, $44. Like that's pretty good for the Yakuza Collection.
I think The Last of Us 2 you can get it at GameStop right now for like $20.
Yeah. The Saints Row the Third remaster PS4, $17. Like it's crazy. Like some of the costs or some of the prices that I see on games on Amazon every once in a while.
See what that Gravity Rush price is at right now.
Oh, here's a game that I wanted that like I may end up buying because it's like a decent price. And here's another, like Project Cars 3 is a game that came out in I don't even know, October 2020. It's already at $25. Final Fantasy VII Remake, $30. Like I don't know. I don't pre-order. I like rarely pre-order games now because of that reason of like depreciation.
I only pre-order games if it's like something I really want to play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Persona 5 Strikers comes out next month. I'm going to be getting that for sure day one.
Yeah.
And then but yeah.
I completely agree.
I remember
Ratchet
when
Clank
like
will be the next game I get day one. Add the New Horizon when it comes out.
Yeah, I'll definitely get the New Horizon day one.
I need to finish getting that 100% zeroed on.
What else do you have to do?
All the DLC, basically.
Oh,
Not
that's
all
easy.
of it,
Come on, Waze, I did that on stream. That's easy.
but I don't know. It's just I don't know. Every time I play that game, I just want to go play something else.
Waves, if you don't get by the end of next month, you're gonna make me start a new account.
Hey man, I have no problem with you starting another account.
Damn. Waze is savage.
Well, I'm just gonna sign off today.
Jesus.
This is what I've got left. Met Ikri again at the Snow Chance hunting ground and took first place in her challenge. That's like I literally just need to beat that hunting ground, and then I get all like the quest trophies for the Frozen Wilds, and then I need to kill 15 Scorcher machines and then reach player level 60 and then beat the game on New Game Plus and Ultra Hard.
Wasn't there a I remember when I went for that, wasn't one of those challenges like stupid, but no, you know what it was? The one of those challenges was stupid, and I was playing on like normal or like hard difficulty or something because I was like, whatever, fuck this. And then I remember I was getting my ass clapped, and then I was like, okay, I'm putting this on like Explorer difficulty or whatever the easiest difficulty was. I was like, get me out of here.
I think that's what I have to do. I think I got stuck on that one. I didn't get stuck. I just got annoyed because I kept doing it, and then the game was like, no, you're not doing it. And I was just like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I remember I was just like getting clapped, and then I was just like, all right, I'm putting this down. And I put it down for it, and I was like, I could literally beat this like with my toes. Like, this is so easy. Why was I not doing this before? Like, and that's one of the things, dude, that's one of the things when I look at trophies that like, I don't know. I know we talk about it all the time, like play games to play games, but like the whole like difficulty thing, like if you can get trophies playing on the easiest difficulty, like, are you guys against that? Or would you like rather play like there's nothing on the trophy that says like you completed this game. If there's just a trophy for completing the game, like there's nothing that says like you did it on the hardest difficulty.
I don't think so. Like, I know for some games, like my brain is too small for them, so I have to put it on easy or like normal to be able to actually get through it. Like one of those games is like I never played it on the PlayStation, but like the Tales series, like Tales of Berseria and Vesperia and all those. I always get my ass handed to in those games, so I always have to play those like on easy. But then there's like other games like Yakuza. I love playing those games on hard because you just have to like try a bunch of new shit to try to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not against that personally.
No, I'm not against it either.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it. It's not like it says like, you know, that you didn't that you didn't beat it on a certain difficulty. Now, granted, did you watch the stream last night, Waves?
Yeah.
Were you on when I did the Star Wars Platinum?
Oh no, I didn't get on that time. I woke up like a little bit after you got the platinum.
All right, so this is what happened because I did kind of cheese the game, but not really. So what you can do in Waves probably already knows this, but what you can do in Jedi Knight 2 is you can input cheat codes, and you can input cheat codes to like fast travel to any chapter in the game. So what you can do is you can input a cheat code, fast travel to the final boss, because you can do like a final level like on the hardest difficulty cheat.
Mm-hmm.
Where you just do the final level. So what you can do is you can fast travel to the final level. Then when you get to the final level, you can put cheats on and you can literally clip through the map to like the final boss area. Mm-hmm. But then what you have to do is you have to turn the cheat off, save the game, exit, and then re-enter the game so that the game doesn't like realize that you have any cheats on. Mm-hmm. So I did that, and then I was fighting the final boss on the hardest difficulty, and I was getting my ass handed to me, like bad. And I was like, oh my god. There's a way that you can cheese it where you basically put in cheat codes, beat him, pause the game real quick, turn the cheat codes off, save, leave, come back in, and then you get the platinum. Or you beat the game on the hardest difficulty and it counts it. So yeah. I was getting my ass handed to me. And then one of the times I just clapped his ass. Like I like legitimately beat him on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, you did.
And I was so happy. I was like, oh, I did it. So I'm watching the credits going through. I didn't get the trophy. And I was like, what? Like, what the fuck? This is what I did. So I did the cheat to go to the last level, and then I did the cheat to clip through the map to get to the final area. What I didn't do was I saved the game, but I didn't exit to the main menu. So the game still knew that I was using cheats, basically.
That's funny.
So it didn't give me the trophy. So what I did was I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it again. I don't care. So I do the same thing, you know, go to the thing, clip through the level, start the boss battle. And then I was like, this time I'm leaving to the main menu and coming back in. I know what I'm doing this time. So I do that. I'm fighting him again for maybe like another like 10 or 15 minutes, getting my ass handed to me, even worse than I was before. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck this, dude. I already beat this like legitimately, but I fucked up. So I'm just going to turn these cheat codes on and really cheese it. So that's what I did. I ended up turning cheat codes, turning God mode on, beating him, turning God mode off, leaving, coming back in. And then I got the platinum. So
that's how I did it also. I didn't beat him legit ever.
Dude, the game is impossible to play on consoles.
Yeah. That game was not made to be played on console.
No.
But I was going to say, the only like thing that like I'm against when it comes to like trophy hunting is things that just pop the game for you. Like, yeah. I feel like you have to put some kind of concerted effort into the game to actually get the trophy. Even if it is like you putting a fucking cheat code in and like just playing through the game.
Yeah.
Like you have to at least do something. Yeah. If you just like open up the debug menu and then pop all your trophies right there, or you just like save, like download your save file and then pop all your trophies right there. I'm just like, why are you buying the game?
Or like Cuphead, where you join someone that's already beat it.
Yeah, or that. It's like, why are you buying the game?
Yeah,
you're literally wasted your money. Like people did that with Spider-Man. You literally wasted $70 just so you can pop this trophy and then not play it
ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that either, but I don't know. I thought that kind of like tied into like playing games on like the easiest difficulty, because like another game I did it with was like I was playing Valhalla on the normal difficulty, but then like the enemies turned into like damage sponges some of the time, so I was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm playing this on the easiest difficulty. I'm not putting up with this right now.
Oh yeah, no, I tried playing that on hard, and then the hit detection is so bad in that game. It's so fucking bad. I was getting touch from like a mile away, and they were nowhere close to me.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it wasn't even like that was like kind of bullshit, and like it even bullshits you when you're on the easier difficulty doing that, or like the easiest. But at least they don't take as much like health away. But I just remember fighting people, and I was like, dude, I'm literally hitting them like 100 times, and I'm barely doing anything. So I ended up like switching it down. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna like fart on people and kill them. Like, I'm not putting up with this. So
the one I just want to say this last thing, and then we can move over to the next thing. I wanted to say it's the cool thing about Valhalla, which I'll give it, is how it like kind of changes its difficulty depending on what playstyle or whatever. So like there's like the fighting difficulty, which is like the Vikinger and all that stupid crap of like how hard they hit and all that stupid shit. But then there's also like the assassination difficulty, like how long it like they take to find you or whatever and all that.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty cool. It reminded me of Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I think, where there's like a actual fighting difficulty and then there's the puzzle difficulty slider.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Assassin's Creed, like, the Valhalla is like split up. Like you said, you have like the combat difficulty, you have like the exploration difficulty, which I'm assuming like changes like how far like your Odin's vision is and like all that stuff. So it's like probably harder to find things, or like you don't get the compass at the top if you set it like super high. I'm not really sure like how that affects it, but like that was like a difficulty that you could change. And then there was like you said, like the assassination difficulty, where like you could either, you know, opt to have like one-hit assassinations or not. Which, like, why the fuck would you not want to have a one-hit assassination? Although you do have to do like the QTE almost to get the one hit. Like, at least it's still an option of doing a one hit. Unlike the two previous games that would just do like a lot of damage and that was it.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we always figure out a way to swing this into Assassin's Creed so we can move on.
You want to tell us what games are going down soon, Snickle?
Yeah, I can do that. So, it's the only thing going down upcoming, which I've heard some changes about this. I'm not sure what is happening, but so the end of this month on the 31st, which is about a week, a little under 2 weeks away, is Battleborn, January 31st. I heard this was being extended. I'm not sure why. This game should have been shut down January 31st of 2020. So, again, my suggestion is not to play the game, but that's just me. But yeah, that's the only thing that's going down in the foreseeable future. I would still suggest to do any game on a PS3 that has multiplayer, because those could go down at any day. So, but none of them have been announced.
Yeah, I think any like PS3 game right now is volatile.
Yeah,
like that shit can go down at any moment right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of companies will give an advanced warning of it going down. But it's not going to be like months. It'll be like a week or two. Or some of them may just go down without, you know, the companies saying so. But to be fair, there aren't really a lot of big PS3 games that are still like up multiplayer wise. A lot of them like have already been shut down. So, but I don't see like the PS3 like servers of PSN going down anytime soon. So don't like put that as like a worry.
I don't think they can because of PS Now.
I don't think they can either. And not only for PS Now, but I just think that like I don't think PSN is like segregated like that. I don't think it's segregated like PS3, PS4, PS5. I think it's all like interconnected, because if you go on like a PS3, PS4, or even like a PS5, I'm sure, or even the PS app, like it shows what console is being played.
Well, not on the PS app anymore.
It doesn't show it on the PS app?
Yeah, I don't even think the PS4 and the PS5 show the PS3 anymore.
Hold on. No, I'm saying like it says, so like if I'm on my PS3, for instance, after this, I'm probably going to play Hitman Absolution. If you go and check the PS app, I'm pretty sure it'll have like a little logo of a PS3.
No, it doesn't show it anymore.
What? Mine shows it.
Mine doesn't show it.
Mine shows the PS4 and the PS5.
It shows the PS4 and the PS5. It doesn't show the PS3 anymore. It doesn't show the Vita either.
I'm gonna have to test that because I could have swore it did.
We'll test it in a little.
Yeah, we'll test it, but I just think that they're like they're not. I don't think they're segregated. I think they're like interconnected. So I don't think there's any way for them to like shut down the PS3 side of PSN because it's just like you're just an account. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, like PS Now, like I think if they were to do that, they would have to completely work PS Now because PS Now you stream it basically from like a virtual PS3.
Yeah,
so,
I don't think PS3 will ever go down. Probably not even the PS4 due to like. I think if there ever is a PS6, it will definitely have PS4 backwards compatibility.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only one that has an actual chance of going down is the Vita.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be like interconnected too. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't even know. Like, I know that like, if you were to go like sign on a game on the PS2, do you think it would still work? If a game servers are still up for the PS2, like I'm pretty sure like. You can, but there's probably still some games that you can play on the PS2. Now I know it's not connected to like PSN, but like
that's different because like those are separate servers ran by third parties and stuff like that, or second parties. Like it used to be GameSpy, rest in peace.
Oh, but that's so sad. That makes me sad every time I hear that name.
But now it's like everything is run through like Sony or like, and obviously they have servers and like some server farm in Wyoming or something. But
yeah,
I don't think it works like how it used to in like PS2.
Yeah, that's true. I guess what I'm trying to get at is like I don't think that it would be possible for them to shut down just like one sector of like their service. Because they're probably all on the same server, so it wouldn't like. I don't. Again, I'm no like IT like wizard, but I don't see how that would work for them to shut down just that.
I would be inclined to believe you, but also PSP was on the same network, and that got shut down.
Yeah, unless the infrastructure was different back then, because there wasn't really like cross. I guess what I'm trying to get at is it's almost like it's cross. Everything's crossed now between like the networks. Like if and when the PSP was up, you couldn't go on like the PS app and see that someone was playing or someone was even online probably. So it wasn't like interconnected.
Yeah, that's true.
Mean, I don't want the PS3 to go down. I still have hundreds of games to play that I still want to earn trophies in. So like I don't want that to go down at all. I don't
think the PS3 will ever go down.
Yeah, I'm just being like an optimist and saying like I don't think it is even possible. I mean, it's probably possible, but would it cost more money for them to like restructure it or just like throw it in the trash?
As long as like PlayStation and PS Now exist, I don't think the PS3 will ever go down.
Yeah, I agree. But okay, we got off topic again. Sorry. That's my specialty. I'm sorry.
That's all good. It's all good.
All right, we're done the intro. We can get into some real topics an hour and a half in.
Time to get to the meat of the podcast.
Nah, we already did the meat. This is just like dessert now.
That is true.
Dang, we're an hour and 25 minutes. That's crazy.
The appetizer was the introduction. The main course was the games we've been playing. Now we're in the dessert right now.
So I wanted to shout out this website. I found it on the Trophy subreddit. And one of the very few times I went on there. It's called psnplatinums.com. Mm-hmm. And I think this was made by some guy on the subreddit. I remember seeing something about it. But it's pretty cool. Like, you can... There's already one called where I forget what it's called, but it makes a mosaic of all your trophies. Right. This one does it also. This one just kind of looks more clean. Because it shows you like all your numbers, your level, and how many platinum, how many trophies you've got, and all that stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
And I like the 2020 Wrapped mostly because it shows you everything you did, like how you started in 2020, how you ended it, what was the month you got the most platinums in, what were your rarest plats, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's crazy because like this wasn't even made by Sony, but they're just pulling data. They're basically just like pulling and organizing data from like a third party, which is PSNP.
Yeah, PSNP. Yeah.
I think the cool part, I mean, the 2020 Wrapped is really cool. The way that I would like to see this, if I was to talk to the person who developed this, was instead of it being 2020 Wrapped, you should be able to input the year that you want, and then they can kind of do like, if you wanted to do like a 2014 Wrapped or like, you know, whatever year it was, just so that it doesn't become obsolete after 2020. Like this is something that like could keep going on as just, and this is something that they could just implement into PSNP, honestly.
Right.
But the mosaic is definitely cool because there's a lot of customization that you can do to it. Like color wise, or how many platinums you want to show, or, you know, whatever it be, you want to show your trophy cabinet, you know, like you can do that. And then you can save it as like as a PNG, so you can use it for things if you want to. I remember it's crazy because I remember back in probably around 2013, 2014, I used to like help, I guess you could say like help. I used to like help people like kind of make these mosaics for people that were like getting platinums. And I actually used to like, I only did it for like a few months, but I used to actually like update my background on my PS3. Like as I would get a new platinum, I would make the new background and then put it as like the background on my PS3. Cause I would do it for like my platinum videos. And I used to like make these mosaics, and then all these websites came out that kind of like made them for you. But let me see if I can find, I'll have to look for it after, if I can find like an exact video of like when I was doing those
it'd have to be like a mosaics. Super old video, I feel.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
I just wanted to shout it out because they did a really good job, I feel.
They did. I like this because I do my my weekly trophy update. I put that on my Twitter just for fun, you know. I might use this for like my update now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely pretty cool. I think like Wave said, like the wrap up is definitely the coolest, the 2020 wrap up. But if you could just like implement it into like other years, it would be like phenomenal.
Yeah, it would be great. I just wanted to give it.
Dude, I wish that there was something that made I mean, I guess I don't wish it, because then anyone could do it. But if someone could make the like a wall, like I did, like the hexagon wall, except with like your platinum trophies, that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, you mean my phone background? Yeah.
Yeah. Except mine's like more personal because I picked like games that I liked on the PS3 and PS4, like characters and stuff. So.
And we hope.
You know, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's fine.
Did you find a video?
Nah, I'm gonna look for it after.
Oh man, Counter-Strike Global Offensive Platinum Trophy.
Yeah, I don't know. I can like search mine, so I can just do it after. But yeah, definitely there's a link for this, and there's gonna be a link for like everything else that we have down in the description below. There was a recommendation that we had, which was to like, I guess, kind of share our screen when we're talking about this stuff. But basically the way that these podcasts are set up on YouTube is Waves goes through after it's uploaded, and he does chapters for each one of our talking points. And then for each one of the talking points, there will be a link in the description below, so you guys can check out the stuff as we're talking about it live. Some of the stuff there isn't links because we're kind of just going off of like a variety of articles that we've seen throughout the week. So
yeah,
or just like a topic that we kind of saw. So, but yeah, you can go check this out. You just import your PSN or input your PSN, and you can customize stuff and make some cool graphics if you want to.
You know what? We haven't gotten yet, and I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten yet since Sony's been doing it for the past 2 years or few years. I don't know. It's the
yearly wrap up.
Yeah, the yearly wrap up.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they didn't either.
I thought those were cool.
I thought they were cool, but that it also brought me to a realization of how many hours I played video games, or I play video games, and then I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm happy about that, but whatever.
And I know for the 1 year when the Uncharted 2 went down, that was like my most played game, but it was just because I was AFKing for y'all.
Yeah, I remember that. I think it was up there, and I played it. The 1 year they did it for, it was when Destiny 1 was out, and I went back and looked, and it was like almost 1,000 hours just in Destiny 1, and I was like, God damn it, what was I doing with my life? But
that's what every trophy hunter says. At one point in their life.
Yeah, but see, I wasn't even earning trophies. I mean, I was earning trophies, but I was playing that shit for fun.
No, you were earning Grimoire cards.
Yes, I was earning Grimoire score for absolutely no reason, and doing the raid a dozen times a week to help people out.
Snickle would wake up, open up his Bungie app just so he could, no, his Destiny app just so he can read those Grimoire cards.
Yeah, those are what got me through the night. Every single night.
This PSN Platinum page, you can filter the dates, actually.
Oh, you can? Okay, let me take a look at this.
There's a filter on there, a date filter.
Brian's in here. Okay, hold on. Let me type in my PSN. So
are you talking about in the Mosaic?
No, yeah, in the Mosaic at least.
Oh,
but
yeah.
At least you can see what you did in that time frame, I think. Or at least it'll show up what platinums you earned in that date or that time span.
Oh, under filter, yeah.
Yeah, because I put in for this year only, and it just popped up by 4 platinums so far this year.
I just wish that there was a filter for it was just called Wrapped, and then you could just pick your year for your Wrapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude, the Wrapped is cool though. I like that. I like being able to see what you started with, so basically the Wrapped tells you the game you started with, the platinum you started with, the platinum you ended with. It tells you what month you had the most platinums and how many you got, your rarest platinums. Oh, it actually tells you an annual average rarity of your platinum trophies as well.
Yeah.
And then it tells you how many platinums you've gotten in 2020 overall. What's your guys' average rarity? Annual average rarity?
55.75%.
Waves?
You open it up. Annual
but
rarity.
Also, I only had 6 platinums, so
27.21.
Oh yeah, beat Waves.
Wait, what was yours at?
25.76.
What was yours, Brian?
55.75.
I feel like you're just one purely out of the fact that you got more trophies than me.
I mean, it's not really. The thing is, I also if I look at my let me look at my trophy log. This is the thing though, Waves. This is the thing. I had a lot of stupid fucking games that had high percentages. I did these are ones that are over I don't know. I'll just say the percentages that are just stupid. So Untitled Goose Game is a 31% platinum. Shadow of the Ronin 41. Maze 85. Perplexing Orb 2 88. You did My Name is Mayo 2, so Perplexing Orb 1 86, and then these 2 fucking FMV games just toasted my average rarity.
Well, if we go
I guess the FMV games don't matter because that was in 2021.
If I do my Idle Brain account, my annual average was 29.72%.
Damn. I only had
my Waves 500 account.
Surprisingly, I only had 2 ultra rare platinums, which actually surprises me a lot.
What were they?
Drive Club VR and Star Wars Battlefront 2. That's because most of my year went to fucking SnowRunner.
Yeah, you disappeared.
For literally 2 months, over the summer.
I think I got 3 ultra rares that year. No, I only got 2.
Waves beat me.
I only got 2.
Ugh.
Nah, I mean, it's Dragon Ball FighterZ at 2.14 and Devil May Cry 5 at 2.96.
Wait, Dragon Ball FighterZ is a 2.14?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, that game's going up so much. That game used to be a 1.2 1.3 or 1.2.
Yeah.
I know why.
Because of the Zenny glitch.
Yup, there was a Zenny glitch. And I hope you people that did the Zenny glitch get banned. How dare you manipulate the servers like that?
Yeah, it's not like Snickle was about to do it until I told him he might get banned or something.
No, I read the forums. I was like, yo, Zenny glitch, hold on. That means I don't need to leave my PS4 on for like a week. And then I was reading the forums and people were like, you manipulate the servers. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not manipulating the servers. I will not be doing the Zenny glitch. But I did hop on to get my free Zenny. Like, when was that? I don't remember. It's a while ago. Damn, I can't believe it's that high. I have, to be honest, I have a lot of games that are like ultra rares that like I could just get done if I just snap my fingers, but I don't feel like snapping my fingers. So
that's funny. I got like 13 platinums on my last account, and I'm already at like 10 with this one in like 2 months.
And the crazy thing is, you're playing like actually like, I would say like pretty respectable games too. Like you're not playing like Ratalaika games.
Right, like the most cringy one on here is My Name Is Mio 2, and that was for the fucking meme.
Yeah, that was 100% for the meme. I mean, like all your platinums are like, you have Astro's Playroom, Miles Morales, My Name Is Mayo 2, Bug Snatch, Legion or Watch Dogs Legion, Ghost of Tsushima, new Super Lucky's Tale, Spyro 1 and 2, Immortals. Yeah, I mean, those are all like pretty, like, are actually very respectable platinums.
Yeah, I mean, Brian's been busy, right?
Brian's been kicking ass, and I've been over here playing FMV games.
I'm over here, I keep playing the same fucking game, you know. So.
I think I'm unlocking like a platinum a week right now.
Yeah, that would be like a goal of mine. I think
for this year. I don't
know. I used to say like a platinum a month, but I think like that's what
I actually try to go for. I try to go for like a platinum a month, but the way I've been playing, like that was the point of Spyro games, like an easier game, and I've been going on and I've been locking like 5 trophies in it a night, and then switching off to something else, and next day 5 trophies in that game, and it's been boosting my numbers up, of course, but I don't care about my numbers. But it's just something that it like breaks the cycle of everything going on with it, like trying to grind out a game.
Yeah, I've been I would usually shoot for like 1 a month, but then I was like that was back when I was doing like stupid multiplayer on the side. But I haven't really been doing that much. Like I haven't been doing that as often, even though I need to get back to a few games. But I mean, in 2021, we're only like what, 3 weeks into 2021?
Yeah.
I've already gotten 1, 2, 3. I've already gotten 5 platinums in 2021.
I got 4 platinums and 189 trophies.
Jeez. I mean, to be fair,
got a 1 plat.
3 of my 5 platinums have been like stupid, like easy games, like Perplexing Orb 1, 5 Dates, and Telling Lies are all like very easy. But
see, my 4 platinums were New Super Lucky Steel, Spyro the Dragon, Spyro 2, and Immortals.
Yeah, so yours are pretty good.
I've only gotten 1 plat since the year started.
Yeah, Miller Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, a fucking banger. Like, there's no point to play any other game now.
Yeah, you're right. I got that in January as well. That's like, I don't even know why I played other games, if you want to be honest, but...
We shall move on to our next topic.
Yeah, we can move on. I'm all down.
This got literally announced the day after we recorded the podcast. Ubisoft is making an open world Star Wars game.
Yeah!
Finally. I think I asked for this about a year or 2 ago. Actually, well, I don't know if it... So, I think this part... I don't think we read into this enough, but it got announced after we did the podcast last week. So, not only Ubisoft making open world Star Wars games, but LucasArts... What is the name of the studio?
Lucasfilm Games. It's not a studio. It's just like a publishing branch.
It's like the publishing side. Basically, like, Star Wars is not only with EA now, which I think was like the big thing that came out with the Ubisoft making a Star Wars game. So it sounds like there's going to be basically the Star Wars license is like free game for anybody at this point. Which I'm assuming
it's as long
stuff
as
has to get approved by
Lucasfilm.
Disney before people can start making games, clearly for funding purposes.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is wonderful. I've been asking for this ever since Battlefront 1 came out and was a fucking nightmare.
What's cool is that also EA came out and said they're still working on Star Wars projects, so we might still get a Jedi Fallen Order 2, and we might still get a Battlefront 3 and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry for Wave's mute. He lives in a semi truck, so cars always go zooming by him.
I live under a bridge, so.
No, I think that this is great. I mean, I didn't want more Star Wars game. I didn't want more Star Wars games to take away like Star Wars from EA. I wanted more Star Wars games because, when you have more Star Wars games or when you have more of anything, it creates competition. So now there's going to be a competition of who can make the best Star Wars game or what studio can make the best Star Wars game, which I think is better for everybody at the end of the day.
It's not even like just because like fuck EA or whatever. It's like also that Star Wars, like if you go into Star Wars just in its past catalog,
it's not even fair to compare it to today.
Yeah, it has like, it's so diverse. You can find an RTS in Star Wars. You can find an MMO in Star Wars. You can find a hack and slash in Star Wars.
You can find a fighting game.
You can find a fighting game. You can find a first-person shooter. You can find a Battlefield type game.
You can find find like movies, like direct movie spin-offs.
Yeah, and when you lock it down to just one company where their main output is first-person shooters and soccer games, you limit the amount of like games that could come out with that IP. And Star Wars is a great IP for video games of all types.
Yeah, I mean, they are essentially necking down the franchise because they're only allowing EA, or they were only allowing EA to make it. And like, it's not a dig at EA saying they made bad games, because I think a majority of their Star Wars games were very good games. But they only have so many teams that can work on Star Wars games.
Right.
So you were only going to get one a year, one every other year. Yeah. Now with this being free, like, reign for anyone, I mean, you could see multiple in a year.
Like, imagine a Star Wars game made by Capcom. Dude, that's a possibility, no?
Yeah, I mean, I like I said it years ago. I'm excited for Ubisoft to make one because, I mean, this was back before, like, Origins came out. So, like, Ubisoft, like, they hadn't made these bullshit, like, super open world games yet. But I was just like Ubisoft, the one thing that I really like about Ubisoft is, like, the environments that they create. They create some of, like, the best environments in games. And I was just like, dude, it'd be so cool to have, like, Ubisoft make a Star Wars game, like an open world Star Wars game, and that's exactly what they're making.
You know what? I wouldn't mind Rebellion making a Star Wars game.
That'd be kind of interesting.
Oh, hell yeah, like fucking Strange Brigade, but Star Wars.
Exactly.
That'd be dope, or even like let us have a run button.
Yeah. Or even like a shooter, like a Zombie Army,
Yeah, Zombie Army, or like Sniper. Well, Zombie Army is like a mod for Sniper Elite, basically Sniper Elite.
Yeah, that's true. But you get my point, though.
Dude, that'd be cool, like a Sniper Elite game set like in like the Clone Wars or something.
Oh my
God, fucking dope.
My only fear, and this is just a thing that I have a fear with Disney in general, is I hope they don't stifle like the creativeness you can do with like a Star Wars game.
Yeah, I could see them stomping on things saying this is not canon, you cannot do that.
They're like, no, you can't do that because in this movie 20 years ago we said you can't do that, and they're like, but I want to make a fun action game.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing that sucks is like Disney has also like fucked that up. Like, I remember one of the big things that happened was, I don't know if it was episode 8 or 9, but do you remember when like the TIE fighters could use hyperspace? And do you remember that being like a huge deal? Because people were like, hold on, wait, in the original trilogy, they specifically said that TIE fighters cannot use, like, they don't have hyperdrive. Why the hell are they able to? And there was like huge conspiracies about like TIE fighters they do not have hyperdrive or something.
You see, but those people are dumb. If they just watched Star Wars Rebels, they would find out about TIE Defenders, which can go into hyperspace, and that was used in the First Order's TIE fighters.
Yeah. But like it was just so funny because like shit like that happened. I don't know. I'm super excited for this Ubisoft open world game. I think the three of us can agree. Don't make the map so fucking large that it's boring. But I don't think that's possible with a Star Wars game.
Do we know which
like era it's in?
studio's making it?
Oh, studio.
The studio that made the Division games.
That's massive, right? Ubisoft.
Yes.
Massive.
Man, I hope it's not like I really hope it's not like the Division, but Star Wars. I mean, I guess that could be fun.
Yeah, it's massive.
I don't know.
Well,
it's a little scary, but
there's one thing I like to add, and it has nothing to do with fucking Star Wars, but it has to do with Disney. Deadpool 3 got the greenlit, and it's going to be rated R, and it's going to be part of MCU. The one thing I want is that we get a cameo at the end with fucking Deadpool going, say he's fixing the universe, and he goes to the Star Wars universe to make fun of it, and he kills Kylo Ren and says this is for Baby Yoda. That's all I'm asking.
Oh my.
I'm going to save the baby and kills him.
I want him to kill Luke. And be like...
Jesus.
Be like, that's for Kylo Ren.
So
fixing the multiverse.
I don't know what kind of we don't know anything about this Ubisoft game. We don't know if you're gonna be like if you're gonna be a Jedi, we don't know anything about it.
Yeah, we don't know anything.
I don't know.
We just know what studio's making it. That's it.
Yeah. I don't know if I would necessarily want it from this game, but we were talking about it before. I really would like to see a game that's based around like Mandalorians, like their culture of like doing bounties and stuff like that, and have it set up where it's like you have a level, but your level's based on gear. I don't know how exactly they would do it.
Division.
But like you basically it's kind of like Monster Hunter, except you're a Mandalorian.
Yeah, well, remember Cory Barlog? I'm just saying, he made that tweet about a month ago.
I'm just purely coming from like a Star Wars fan. I feel like they're relying way too much on Mandalorians in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's a good storyline to go through. Though.
Well, I'm not saying.
And I just want to see like a new part of the galaxy, like explored with.
I'm not saying it has to be a Mandalorian, but like it can
just
even
talking
be
about
a
bounty
game.
hunters in general.
It can just be like bounty hunters in general. Like you can make a character that's based on like any like race, and obviously like I'm just saying like around that culture of like a Mandalorian and like bounty hunters kind of.
Right.
Look, this is what they need to do. They need to bring back LucasArts and get all those guys back and finish Star Wars 1313.
They need to do the Force Unleashed 3 and actually make a real game and give them time.
And that too.
You know what game we need? Star Wars Just Dance.
No.
Yeah.
And with that, we're gonna transition.
We don't need that. You know what we need? We need a proper Battlefront game that has space battles.
Yes.
Battlefront 2 has space battles.
No, but you know what I mean. Like the way that the way Battlefront 2 on like PS2 was set up, where like you had the space battle, you went and landed in the enemy ship, you could get out of your fighter, go run around, destroy like the shields and everything.
We need the Battlefront 3 that was like
where you went from like space to the planet and all that.
Yeah, you could go from the planet to the space inside of then you could go inside of the battleship or whatever and blow up their engines and shit, and then fly out, go back on the ground and fight them on the ground.
Yeah, that is honestly what we need, except not the way that like EA sets it up, where it's like there's like stages to it. Like it just needs to be one battle that has like multiple components that like if they lose their ship, then like this happens. You know what I mean? But not like, because like EA, like the way that they did like Battlefront 2 is like they would make it feel like it was like progressing, but it was literally like stages. So when you got like so far ahead, you couldn't go back because you were like out of the map area or whatever. So
yeah,
there's just so many possibilities with like the Star Wars license being like out there for anyone now.
Yeah, and honestly, we're all just excited.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm just excited to finally be getting like Star Wars games. Like EA had the license for what, 10 years?
I think it was
7,
going on 10
Has it
years.
been that long?
Like,
Damn.
we only got 4 games out of them.
No, I think it wasn't 10. It might have been let me see.
5?
Like not counting what's it called? Not counting mobile games, we only got Battlefront 2, Jedi Fallen Order, and Squadrons.
I think if you count so Battlefront 1 came out in 2015, so I think they had it for maybe like 7 or 8 years.
Like they have a shit ton of studios. EA has a shit ton of studios.
Dude, the thing that I don't understand is they literally have like they have their money maker, which is like all of their fucking Ultimate Team shit, which is like a whole different discussion. Not only do they have that, but they literally have the biggest like IP of all time to do what they please with, as long as, you know, Disney buys off on it. Like, why didn't they milk it more than they did?
Yeah, there should have been like games coming out left and right, especially out of EA.
Dude, there should have been a Battlefront every year. Just like they did with Battlefield. Or every other year.
Yeah.
Which I think they did do that, but then they stopped because then they were like updating Battlefront 2, which then they stopped with that. So I'm just excited to kind of see where it goes and what kind of games we get, because like Wave said, there's like a history of so many like diverse games, and I'm not saying I want like a Star Wars fighting game, but like now there's opportunities to make like possible RPGs. I would love to see like some sort of looter shooter like The Division or like original Destiny, except like actually make a good game with it. So
Gearbox.
I'd be excited to see like like kind of like Force Unleashed combat come back. I'd be excited to like see Jedi Knight kind of gameplay come back.
Yeah.
It's just exciting.
Like hack and slash kind of.
Bro, they could get Raven. They can go to Activision and get Raven Software to make another Jedi Knight game.
They could. And dude, the crazy thing is I just got done playing Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast, and like it does have its jankiness, but I think it's like some of the best like lightsaber combat, because like it actually is calculating like what the lightsaber is hitting. It's not like pre-made animations and like you're like invincible when you swing your lightsaber. Like, no, if you're swinging your lightsaber and that shit's up to the left and your opponent's swinging down to their right, like you're getting hit.
Yeah. What kind of sucks about the PS4 version, and they took it out because Disney told them to take it out. There's no dismemberment in the PC version. You can dismember hands, head, legs. It doesn't matter.
In Jedi, you could cut them in half. Outcast, you could dismember arms.
But that's like it.
Yeah, that's all you could dismember though.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless right now, and like I'm still happy that like EA is still making their games, and like I'm looking forward to like playing like Squadrons, but there could be a lot that come out. There could be a lot that comes out of this. It may not. I'm
just excited to play more Star Wars games.
Hell yeah!
It's weird because back on the PS3 there was like Star Wars games coming left and right. I felt. There are actually not that many.
No, there was only Force. I'm looking right now. There was only Force Unleashed, really. There was Force Unleashed 1 and 2. You had Clone Wars Republic Heroes, which was a fucking joke, which I actually have to play at some point. And then there was Lego Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I guess if you count technically it came out on the PS3, the Lego Star Wars Complete Saga or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Also came out on the PS3, but those were like the only games. I mean, PS4 technically has more. Like I'm pulling them up right now, but like PS4 had like we got Vader Immortal, which was like dope. We got like I remember I don't know why they only released these 3, but they did the Racer Revenge, Jedi Starfighter, and Bounty Hunter back when they did the PS2 to PS4 games. We recently got Episode 1 Racer, we got the Jedi Knight 2 and Jedi Knight and then Jedi Fallen Order and then Squadrons as well. So we've had a lot on PS4, I think.
Yeah.
A majority of them were like remakes or ports, but
listen, all I gotta say is I'm excited for Star Wars.
Oh yeah, me too.
Exactly.
Me too.
All right. Next topic.
Yeah, we can stop jerking Star Wars off. We'll move on to the next one.
There's a secret studio Sony has in San Diego. This is not Sony San Diego. This is a new studio. Mm-hmm. And an ex-head of Sony, I believe, said that they are working on an existing IP.
From what I heard, that studio is mainly going to be working on existing IPs. They've put up a AAA team to build these games. Right now, the biggest rumor is a new Uncharted to take over for Naughty Dog. But I was wondering, well, we got different IPs, so we could get either a new Naughty Dog, which hasn't been confirmed, or Naughty Dog, new Uncharted, which is not confirmed. We could get an Our Days Gone. Let's see, new Infamous. You name it.
Yeah, what if they're working on a new Star Wars game?
That could be possible too. They said it's a adventure game.
They're working on a Lingering Shadows too, actually.
Yo, come on, bring it out. I need a follow up. I want to know what happens to that cat at the end.
It's just.
I don't think it's a new Uncharted, just because I keep hearing Sony Singapore Studio, I think it's called, is the one that's working on Uncharted. That's what I keep hearing, at least.
Well, we know it's not Ghost Tsushima 2 because Sucker Punch is already hiring a team to start making that right now.
I can see Infamous.
They put up an ad, I guess, earlier this week. I just remember this, that they're looking for people for Feudal Japan era.
Interesting.
Insomniac has been hinting at an Resistance game. Because in the last couple months, they keep putting up Resistance and all that.
Man,
I'd be so surprised if they made a new Resistance game.
No, I wouldn't be surprised either. I think that'd be a good way to bring it back.
I'd be surprised.
Bring it back on a PS5. Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. I mean, you probably don't feel the same way. And I don't think this will happen, but like I want to see a game that competes with like Forza that isn't Gran Turismo, like an open world game that competes with like Forza Horizon come out.
That would be kind of cool.
And I know that you're probably Waves is definitely against it because reasons, but like I don't know. There's just I used to play racing games all the time back when I was a kid, and like this is just like I'm going off the wall here. It's probably not even close to what's gonna come out, but like there's no racing games anymore.
Oh no!
Like the only
good ones at least.
The only thing
Ride
we
4
get
just
is
come
like
out.
we get Need for Speed whenever the fuck they want to put it out, and it's usually crap. We're getting Gran Turismo 7 this year, which I'm excited for, and that's basically it. Sometimes you get like random ones here and there, like Project Cars. There was an Assetto Corsa that was released. Like the dirt games usually come out. You get F1 every year, but like it's F1. Like I want I don't know. I want like an open world racing game, man. We don't ever get all these games that come out are like simulation games.
I think I'm trying to think about what Sony's missing. Like, I think they are missing more racing games. Like Gran Turismo, that's like top dog of racing games, I think. but so Gran Turismo like only comes out like every 10 years.
It's a very like exactly. I mean, Gran Turismo 5 came out in 2010, I think. Gran Turismo 6 came out 2 or 3 years later. Gran Turismo Sport came out 3 or 4 years later. Which like Gran Turismo Sport isn't even like technically a Gran Turismo game. It's like it's kind of like an in between.
It's like a spinoff.
Yeah, a game that they're missing that they put out a while ago, but I don't know. Which like I would love to see. I don't even know if this studio exists anymore, but like Drive Club came out, and I know that had a lot of like shit that happened, but like the game was developed by Evolution Studios, which I believe they were the ones that made the MotorStorm games. Like,
yeah, I think they got shut down.
Even if we got like a MotorStorm game, like anything that was just like not a simulation, like is not a simulation game, that's like actually good. Because there are games that are put out like stupid fucking games like Gravel and stuff, or like V Rally 4 that come out that it's just like, what is this? Like a like true racing game. That's all I'm looking for. That isn't Gran Turismo.
You know what game is going to be coming out of the San Diego place? I already know it. It's going to be Knack 3.
Oh my god.
Knack 3, baby!
I was going to say the one thing Sony's really missing right now, and it's obviously not going to be this type of game since it's an existing IP. This is assuming that Bethesda will be exclusive, only releasing games on Series X. Sony is going to be... It doesn't have any Western RPGs.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's the one thing they're going to be missing really badly. And I think Sony should probably make a studio for that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't...
That's assuming that Bethesda will be going full exclusive. Yeah,
we saw, of course, all that info. So.
I don't know. See, there's like... I want this studio to be working on like an old IP that like we obviously all like Infamous or something. But at the same time, like I really do wish that they would make something new. Because like imagine if Sucker Punch did that and they never worked on Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
You know? Like or like Guerrilla working on like Horizon. Like these are games that like it's a risk to do it, but once it comes out, like it's phenomenal. And to be fair, all of Sony's exclusives, it doesn't matter what it is, it usually does good.
Well, I can
even
see
Days
the
Gone.
studio say Sucker Punch is too busy working on Ghosts, the new Ghosts. All right, they hire that team to build another Infamous or Sly Cooper or whatever. That'd be kind of cool too.
Yes.
I just thought about that.
Sly would be cool.
But also Sony should still, just going back to an old topic, go from about a month ago, Blue Point Games, just buy Blue Point and have them build old or remakes and all that. So you will kind of have like remakes coming out, new IP for new games for old IPs that don't really get shown as much, So
yeah, I mean, even if you buy Blue Point and they just do remasters or they just remake old games for like 5 years and they just like literally remake like all these PS3 games, like the infamous games, or like the whatever, the Ratchet and Clank game, like the Jack games, they just update them to new engines. Like, I mean, I don't know if it would be the most profitable for Sony, but I don't know. Like I think
it would sell. It's
weird because like I want them to work on old IPs and make new games for old IPs, but then I also want like new IPs because like I love, like we all love Ghost of Tsushima this year, and it's a brand new IP. Mm-hmm. It's a phenomenal game.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing, like just in general in the world of game development, that's kind of missing new IPs. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm excited for Star Wars, but also I feel like they should not prioritize making those kind of things, because new IPs are like what makes like gaming cool. I feel like we wanted a feudal Japan game for so long, and it wasn't until Ghost of Tsushima came out that we finally got it, and then like fucking Horizon Zero Dawn. Mm-hmm. Like nobody thought the Killzone guys were going to be able to make a game like that.
Shit. Detroit Become Human was phenomenal. You know, that was a great story.
It's just
so many games.
I get the sequel of things because especially if you leave a game that's very in depth with story, if you leave it on a cliffhanger, like obviously to progress the story, sometimes you can't tell everything you want to tell in a 30, 40, 50 hour game. Ubisoft should learn from this, but I can understand having the sequels for that point, but I don't know. It would just be nice to have like new IPs, fresh faces, you know, new ideas. But I get the reason why the sequels continue is because it's just like that's like a safe point. Once you build that audience with that game, once you've taken that leap and you've built that audience with that game, you obviously want to get your money's worth out of the franchise. You want to make an actual franchise. Unlike, well, I shouldn't say unlike, but like I always think of games like Bloodborne or like Sekiro, where those are the only games in their franchise, quote unquote. There isn't a Bloodborne 2, but you know, From Software has been known, and like when you see From Software, you're like, okay, it's gonna be a Souls-like game. Like, even if it doesn't have like if it's not part of a franchise, you know what like you're kind of getting.
Right.
So it's like a little different. Like From Software can take that leap and say like we're making a game, like we're making Sekiro, right? And people were probably like, yo, the time period's dope. We already know what the game's gonna play. Like we know like how the game's gonna be structured. So they've already like cemented themselves as like making that type of game. But
then you got people like Morello who was making Killzone and then just threw you a curveball for Horizon.
Yeah, and like they knocked it out of the park. So obviously they're going to keep going with Horizon. They'd be stupid to just do one game. But you know, where is too far? You know.
Yeah.
It's like a question you ask about like Assassin's Creed. Where is too far? Where do you just stop the franchise? You say this is the end of the road. We've done everything that we can do with this. We don't want to like milk it, but maybe you don't stop.
Right.
I feel like
I understand with Ghosts how they want to keep on that hype that they have going a little bit, but I think they should have took a break from Ghosts and did another Infamous game and then go back to Ghosts and just switch off. But
yeah,
who knows?
I do like that idea too, because then you're not doing kind of like back to back of the same game, which I get doing that could like have some sort of like hype. You could continue the hype for your game. You know, if they make Ghost of Tsushima in 2 years, they come out with Ghost of Tsushima 2, it's kind of fresh on people's minds. But also, if you wait longer, you're kind of hyping it up even more.
Right. Well, look at God of War.
Yeah.
You went from Ascension, didn't hear shit for how many years, and then God of War 2018, that review, E3, when they showed it, oh my god, that crowd went nuts.
Yeah,
I was
skeptical about God of War 2018.
You know what would be cool? I know for Sony Santa Monica, before they started working on God of War 2018, they were working on some sci-fi game.
Right.
What would be cool is like if the San Diego studio got like that stuff on the concept art and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
And then just kind of made a game with that. Yeah. I know that also happened at Naughty Dog. Before they made the first Uncharted, they were making some sci-fi game, and they just decided not to do that.
You know what? Right. You know what I think we're also missing out on, which I would love to see.
What?
Like a proper horror game.
Oh, that's why we got Kojima.
Yeah, like that's another area that I think is like missing. Like, I don't know about you guys, but the last time I played like a proper horror game, where like, I mean, I'm not gonna say I was scared to play the game, but like it just like had you on the edge of your seat, was like Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
You gotta play Resident Evil 2, my dude.
And 3.
I mean, I'm gonna play all the Resident Evils at some point. I haven't played them, but like
game.
RE7, like RE7, like just the environment, like everything about that game, and I think because it was first person, it also added like another like level of immersion to it. But like that game, like legitimately had me scared to walk around the house and like do shit. in the game, of course, not real life, but in the game.
They did a really good job with RE7. That's why I'm like so excited for RE8.
Right.
Capcom started to become good again when RE7 came out.
Yeah,
dude,
that's like something people like won't acknowledge.
Well, it's because when RE7 came out, people were so That was another game that people were skeptical about when they saw it, and they're like, "What the fuck? How are you gonna make RE7 like a first like this has always been like a third person or like fixed camera game? How are you gonna make this like something else?" But the thing that makes me laugh is that those were probably the same comments that were made when like RE4 was coming out. Like, hold on, you're doing an over the shoulder camera? This has always been like a fixed camera.
Oh no, yeah.
And RE4 was.
It was.
Oh.
And RE4 just went and just got blown out of the water. Like, it's like people's like favorite in the franchise. I think it's the same thing with RE7. Like, RE7 is phenomenal.
It goes like 2, 3, 4, and 7. Are my favorites.
I also think RE7 I think it kind of built its hype off of PT as well.
That is true.
Because
I hate saying that because I mean it is true, but I assure you that game RE7 was way more in development way back when than PT ever was.
Oh, of course.
No. I get that, but I think with PT coming out and people kind of getting like a taste for like a first person horror game, like that immersive, because obviously they've been out before.
A good
like,
first person
stuff
horror
has
game.
been out, but like when people got a taste of like that like realistic graphics of like PT and like how like immersive that was, I think I do hate to say it like you waves, but I do feel like it kind of projected onto RE7. And like if PT wasn't there, I think RE7 would have had even a harder time with the transition to first person.
Yeah, and then you can kind of see it because back then there was, I forget what it was called. It was like the before hour demo or something like that. For RE7, it started going more into like the cryptic stuff that was like in PT. Which is funny because you play RE7, it's nothing like PT.
No, it's
There's
not.
no like having to say Jareth into a mic to get like the ending to pop up or whatever.
No, which they would never do that anyway because that's almost like too cryptic.
Yeah, it's because this is me just getting into game logic crap, but RE's identity is so far off from like PT and Silent Hill. While RE's horror has always been on science too far. Science has gone too far or whatever.
Right.
And more of a tangible fear of like obviously this monster. Silent Hill has always been more about that creepy, like lingering kind of fear inside of your head of like, oh, is this right? Or is this am I in the right place and stuff like that.
Well, I think the way that I kind of like compare them is like Silent Hill has always been more of like almost like a supernatural side of like the horror where it's like it's something where it's like you said, like it's in your head. Is this actually real? Is this actually going on? Where like RE has always had, there's always some science backing it up. So there's always that thought of like, wait, like this could actually happen.
Yeah.
Right.
So
the cool thing that Silent Hill has got going for it is the world changing depending on who's in it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like
dynamic.
I don't know if y'all played Silent Hill 2 or not.
Yes.
For like an hour or two, but I got to get back to it at some point.
I played it when I was a kid. It was like the first horror game I played. It scarred me for life probably. But
that's why you like Resident Evil.
But like every character you meet in that game, the way they see Silent Hill is different to the way you see Silent Hill. So like I think what's her name? Laura, I think was her name. When everywhere she goes, everything is on fire because of how her upbringing was.
It's like your fear kind of is how it's shown.
Yeah,
projected.
I don't want to spoil. Yeah, I don't want to spoil like the main character stuff, but there's a reason why there's like almost naked nurses and all that stuff.
Hell yeah, we're gonna play it on stream one day. Wait, hold on. Is Silent Hill 2? Was it Silent Hill 2 or 3 where they used Comic Sans on the one sign?
It was Silent Hill 2.
Hell yeah, we gotta find it.
It was, oh my god, that remaster is so bad. It's so bad.
I would love to see a remake of Silent Hill 2 and 3.
I'd love to have anything related about Silent Hill just happen.
Exactly.
That is true as well.
We have so many rumors within the last 6 months of Silent Hill. I just want something to clarify it.
The fucking guy in charge of Silent Hill blueballed us last year because he was like, "Oh, here they are in Dead by Daylight," and he's like, "There's more to come. I swear. Just wait like 2 more months and fucking nothing."
And then they updated their Twitter page, everything, and then Kojima's got involved with something. Everybody thought Kojima was making it. Oh my!
I personally don't want Kojima to make a Silent Hill game.
It would be it would be way too confusing.
Yeah.
I just feel like Kojima, like, don't get me wrong, I liked PT and all that, but I felt like, from what I was seeing, he wasn't making Silent Hill, in my personal opinion.
Right.
But...
Well, it was, who was it, Tarantino that was also in as well?
I was,
No, it wasn't Tarantino.
The Pan's Labyrinth guy,
Well, no, I think it was, no, who was it?
It's the Pan's Labyrinth guy, Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, that's who it was. I don't know, I thought Tarantino.
And then Junji Ito was supposed to be working on it, and I was solely going to buy that game just because Junji Ito was working on it.
Well, I think
Konami had to pull Konami.
Well, I think the good thing with that is, like, they obviously, all three of them had to have been working together, where if you look at it, where if Sony kind of gives that to... If they just give it to one person, there's not going to be the bouncing of ideas. So then you get kind of, I don't know. Even though, like, I hear Metal Gear is like a good game, you get like the mess of like that story, or even like the confusing shit that happens in like Death Stranding.
Well, the problem with Kojima in general is that he doesn't have anyone saying no to him. It's kind of like how this is George Lucas in Episode 1 all over again.
Yeah.
Only that's happened for like 3 games now.
Well, Kojima, I just feel like he has ideas, and his ideas are like good, but he
can't execute them.
Well, I think the problem is it sounds good to him, but then when you put it all out there, it's confusing to everybody else. And like, he definitely has good intentions, but like, it's just like, you have to like understand hieroglyphics to figure out what the fuck is going on. Or you have to like read through things to see like the true meaning behind stuff, and it's like, Jesus Christ, can you just like, I don't want to have to go in here and like use my brain on like level 3000 to figure out what is going on, like,
right.
But that's why I think it was good when like Kojima was with everyone else, like they were probably bouncing ideas off of each other, and like it had the craziness of like a Kojima game, but then it was kind of like toned down, but not toned down so much where like you didn't have that craziness.
Right. Well, since we are talking about horror games and Resident Evil, might as well throw this out here real quick. Thursday, they are showing gameplay for Resident Evil 8. And I think a new trailer as well. So, I think it's a whole Resident Evil event, actually.
Yeah, they said they're going to be showing off RE8 and a bunch of other Resident Evil news. So I'm guessing they're probably going to talk about the movie and the show.
Okay. You think we're going to get anything about Resident Evil 4 then?
I don't know. They might. I'm honestly afraid of them touching that game, but...
I want it. I just want to platinum in it. That's all. So...
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if it comes out without one.
I don't know if y'all heard about it, but like Capcom had like a really bad leak recently.
No.
A bunch of stuff got leaked, which I don't know if I should say because their new rules say if you say what got leaked, they can take down your video. So,
well, you can, if you find articles, you can leave them.
Yeah, I'll probably leave an article down below if y'all want to see that. Just tell us
after the podcast because I want to know what you're...
I'll tell you after.
Okay, thank you.
Just link it to use a Bitly link, so they gotta go deep.
Yeah, we didn't say shit.
Yeah,
we can also read about it.
Yeah, we didn't say anything. It's the link will not be below. Wink, wink.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what this new San Diego studio is making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Only time will tell.
So I actually picked this because I know for 1 month we did the top 10 games of that month or whatever. And I just wanted to do this one since it's the top 20 of the entire year. And this is according to NPD. And I just wanted to read them out.
Go from the bottom up. This way we know what number 1.
Yeah. Okay. So number 20, of which I forgot came out last year.
Digital sales are not included in this.
Yeah, no digital releases. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Awesome remake.
Number 19, Cyberpunk 2077.
No comment.
I mean, we could have expected that had to have made it.
Yeah,
no comment.
It had like a shit ton of pre-orders, so
yeah.
Number 18, which I'm kind of surprised is on here. MLB The Show.
Hell yeah, shit, dude. Well, I'm not surprised because I think that is multi-platform now.
The Show? I don't think it is.
I thought this was the last one that was not going to be multi-platform.
Oh, okay, maybe I could be wrong. So,
shoot.
You know what's weird? Like, for the longest time, MLB like baseball games that had actual baseball teams in them,
yeah,
have only been on PlayStation for like the longest time, and that's weird to me because that's something that you would expect to be on everything.
Right.
I think it's been since I'd have to look, but there was for a while EA made baseball games, which were on both, and then for a little while, 2K made baseball games too. So there was actually like MLB 2K games. I don't know what year that was up to, but yeah, it's been a while since it's been on both.
And it's like something that just dawned to me, like Sony kind of has a monopoly on like baseball games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very surprised that this is even on this list because I don't know. Like, there's been a lot of complaints with baseball in general that like it's a very slow game to watch. So the fact that people like enjoy playing it as much.
Hey, yeah. I actually do enjoy the show.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy the show. I would love to go and do some of them, but I don't know. It's not as enjoyable to me as if you were playing like 2K or even like NBA Live, because you're like playing like all the time. Where the show is just like.
Usually, when I play the show, my one buddy will come over. We get drunk as hell, and we'll play like baseball.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's how I usually play the show. So.
Good to play against each other. I remember playing the sorry, this is getting off topic. I remember playing the MLB games back in like the mid 2000s, the EA ones. Mm-hmm. And I remember making pictures where you could throw that pitch. It was called the EFIS, I think, where you literally like threw that shit to the moon and back down, and like no one could hit it. But I played the shit out of baseball games back in like the mid 2000s.
I've never been into sports games unless it's Blitz. I am playing it, you know.
Damn.
Blitz was my shit.
Wasn't Blitz the one where you could go get like fucked up at the bar and then, or like fight people or something outside?
We had NFL field? Blitz. We had NFL Blitz, and then we had Blitz where they actually lose like steroids and all that. So.
Oh, I'm talking about NFL Blitz.
Yeah. I remember playing on Dreamcast.
Wasn't Blitz Blitz the League? Wasn't that where you could like go and like fight people in bars or something, like outside of playing the game?
Might be.
Maybe.
There was also a I can't remember the name of it, but there was like a baseball game that was like, shit. What was the name of that game? Oh fuck! I can't.
Slugfest?
Yeah, Slugfest. That's what it was. You could like punch people while they were running around the bases and shit. That shit was wild.
Then we had NBA Street.
Oh, NBA Street. Yeah, there was NBA Street, and then there was what was that? Was
NFL Street?
NFL Street, yeah.
Yeah, and then
there was wasn't there
NHL
FIFA Street also?
Was there what?
Huh?
Wasn't there like FIFA Street also?
Yeah, there's FIFA Street, but it wasn't like as crazy as like NFL and NBA Street.
And then they had a hockey one that was like that as well.
Dude, they want everything to be simulation. It's like the same thing with like racing games. Everything's fucking simulation. Can we go back to like when you could do like a triple backflip and dunk the ball in the hoop or something? Like, come on.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
You know, it's more fun that way.
It is.
Let's make games fun again.
Bring back NBA Jam.
NBA Jam was the shit.
Hell yeah.
Right.
No online, just fucking NBA Jam, and I will fucking be happy.
Exactly. Well, they kind of have something like that now, but it's shit because 2K owns it.
Oh, yeah. All right, continue with the list.
Sorry, Waves. We knocked you off on number 18.
I'm sorry,
you still got
buddy.
a few to go.
I mean, I'm the one who started it. So at number 17, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
That was fun.
Didn't that game come out like 2 years ago?
No, that came out last year.
I think it did come out early 2020.
It came out early.
Let me check.
I remember because the guy, when I went to go pick up a game at GameStop, the guy asked me if I want my pre-order, and I had no idea what the hell he was talking about. And then he hands me the game, I'm like, oh, well, how much I owe? Oh, it's already paid off. I'm like, I don't remember paying for this.
January 2020, so it came out literally the beginning of the year.
Man, it feels so much longer than that.
That's a 42% platinum. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Goddamn. All right.
At number 16, we've got Mortal Kombat 11.
I'm
Number
kind of surprised this isn't higher.
Right.
Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 11 is like what, 2 years now? Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
it
came out in
didn't come out this
2019,
year.
right?
Okay.
yeah.
When,
All right.
When,
Keep going.
wait. When did Mortal Kombat 11 come out?
Didn't it come out in 2019?
Oh, it was
2019,
April. Okay, yeah. It was a minute ago.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm not surprised. I keep going.
Number 15 is FIFA 21.
Not surprised.
Sports game, whatever.
Number 14, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Fuck yeah. One.
Okay.
Number 13, NBA 2K21.
Basketball.
I'm not surprised by that.
Number 12, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 11, Marvel's Avengers.
Does this count returns too? Do they subtract those off when you bought them?
I think that got shot up purely because that game was so cheap during the holidays.
That's how me and Sickle bought it.
I mean, true, but did they do they count like if you bought it full price and returned it? Do they count it? Same thing with Cyberpunk. Like, are they subtracting?
I don't know, actually.
That shit murdered Cyberpunk. God damn. All right, keep going.
At number 10, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Nice.
That was only on PS4, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's kind of surprising, but okay.
I'm gonna point something out once we finish this.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the rest, so I think I know what you're gonna get
Yeah.
at.
Oh, yeah.
At number
Okay.
9, Super Mario 3D All Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Number 8, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Makes
It's a drinking game.
that makes sense. So
Number 7, Ghost of Tsushima.
Hell yeah.
nice.
Number 6, The Last of Us Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Number 5, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Mm-hmm.
Ubisoft give us that money.
Number 4, Madden NFL 21.
Sports game, understandable.
Number 3, Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Completely understand it.
Number 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Awesome.
And number 1, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Yeah.
So you guys probably noticed this because you were probably looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
5 of those games up there are PlayStation 4 exclusives.
Yeah. Yeah, but the other thing you got to look at is how many of them are on just the Switch. You got Animal Crossing. Let me look here. Animal Crossing, Mario Kart, Super Mario 3D, Smash. 4.
4, yeah.
4 are just on the Switch. So half of this list is just like either Switch or PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah. That's insane.
And 4, if I'm not mistaken, 4 of them are sports games, which is understandable, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, 5 if you
So
count
that
Tony Hawk
means-
as a sports game.
So that means a quarter of the games are multi-platform.
I
Or,
think
well,
I read
that
somewhere
aren't
that
sports.
Black Ops Cold War is the best-selling Call of Duty of all time now.
I mean,
I can believe it, and there's a part of me that wants to play it, but there's a part of me that wants to wait where it won't actually like kill my PlayStation. So,
I mean,
L-
honestly, I can believe anything that happened this year because there's so many people that are just sitting around doing nothing because of the C word. So
Yeah.
if records are broken, I can 100% understand it. Which is why Cyberpunk should have fucking knocked it out of the park, but I won't say anymore.
yeah.
Waves doesn't like when I talk about Cyberpunk.
We had 3 podcasts already talking about Cyberpunk. Like, I don't think people want to hear us talk about Cyberpunk
I mean,
anymore.
that's true. That is true. There was something that happened this week, but you can watch it on your own accord.
We can talk about it real quick if you want.
I mean,
No.
if you want me to be honest, I didn't even watch the full thing. So all I watched was basically the guy saying that, CD Projekt Red cares about, the quality of game that they put out, which is a bunch of fucking shit. So
I only watched some of it because I stopped after he said, "Don't blame our developers and our staff," and then immediately after that, he started blaming the QA team.
Well, so this is the question that I have to that. So if you don't blame the developers and you don't blame the staff for how bad the game was, who do you blame? Because they're the ones that made the game.
You blame the higher ups because they didn't let them finish the game. You blame the president and CEO.
Yeah, you have to blame somebody. Like, and don't go blaming the customers that sent death threats, because that's effed up, but that's like such a cheap way out because you have complete control of your game. Like, come on now. I don't want to go on this too long though, because
That's right. Sony didn't believe their apology because it's still not on the fucking PlayStation Store.
that's fine. If you want to go pick it up, it's on sale right now. I'm pretty sure it's like over 50% off, or 50% off.
I bought mine for $20.
There's also some other like cool things in this article from the game sales and all that from last
I was
year.
reading it.
Like, I think last year there was a 27% increase in just overall game sales
Yeah, I see that.
and stuff like that. It's a cool read. I'd recommend it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
there's game hardware up. Basically everything's up.
Yeah, which makes sense because of the big C word.
Yeah, the big C word and like new console generation makes sense. I feel like there's always hype when a new console comes out, and just stuff goes up in general because it's like in the media and everything.
You guys have any final thoughts on that?
No.
No, I'm looking down here at the bottom. They just have some notes about like Nintendo, Cyberpunk, and Last of Us.
Yeah.
Just like some quotes, saying I don't see this, but they said half of the top 20 best-selling games of December 2020 were published by Nintendo. Oh, just of 2020 were published by Nintendo.
I'm surprised The Last of Us 2 is that high.
Yeah, and they said
Well,
that,
I'm not really that surprised, I guess.
so
No,
these,
I'm not surprised.
I guess these are the quotes because these are kind of interesting to me. So they said half of the top 20 best-selling games of December 2020 were published by Nintendo, and in 2020, Animal Crossing achieved the highest physical dollar sales for a Nintendo published game since in a calendar year since Wii Fit or Wii Fit Plus in 2010.
Damn. It's been 10 years. Holy fuck.
And then they said for Cyberpunk, Cyberpunk 2077 debuted it as the second best-selling game of December, and it's the 19th best-selling game of 2020, despite the lack of digital tracking, which we already noted. And then Last of Us Part 2 finished 2020 as the year's best-selling PlayStation exclusive, while also ranking as the 6th best-selling title overall. Last of Us Part 2 now ranks as the 3rd best-selling Sony-published game in U.S. history in dollar sales, trailing only Marvel Spider-Man and 2018 God of War.
Yeah, God of War.
So, just some fun
Dang,
facts.
did Spider-Man really sell that much?
It's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good fun, Waves.
Yeah, I thought it would be a nice little read. Call of Duty will never die. I'm surprised GTA 5 isn't on here.
Surprised Fortnite's on either.
Nah, GTA 5's not on there because they didn't do digital sales.
You're right, yeah.
No one's buying that shit physical anymore.
And Fortnite's free, so.
Plus, they don't count shark cards on there too, so, you know.
Did you see that thing? Did you see that thing where I forget where it was? But someone did they crunched up the numbers or something like that, and they said the entire game industry together did more than movies, music, and I forget what the other one combined.
Yeah, I think you either mentioned this last week or we were talking about it during the week, but I remember you saying that like basically the video game industry outsold everything else combined in movies, music, and everything. So
play games.
Yeah,
I mean, it's crazy, but at the same time, I think it's because of the big C word.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it just reminds me of a time when people said this was gonna die and all that, and now you just look at it and it's like.
Yeah, look at us now, shitters.
But I think with that, we will end episode 19. Not 19.
Damn, Waves he's trying to get out of here.
It's because I looked at the date and it's January 19th. So my brain was like, 9, yeah, 19.
Hell yeah.
We will end our episode 9 here. Thank you for watching.
Thank you everybody for watching. Subscribe. We already said that, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And follow us on Twitter.
Yep. You can tweet at us or leave comments below of any topics that you guys want us to discuss in the future. And,
we're pretty good at answering anything that comes up, so.
Yeah. Waves has been on top of it recently.
Yeah, Waves has been doing good on the YouTube. I've been dealing with people on my Twitter, so.
And I'm just the lackey editor.
Hey, we all have our roles.
You're our what's it called? Our
ambassador.
Our video editing goblin.
I just sit in my room, hunchback over here, just editing away, mixing the
just
audio,
go edit
all of it.
This. But thank y'all for watching.
Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a good night. Have a great weekend.
Yep. Have a good week, guys.
Bro, I gotta fucking take a piss.
I gotta take a big piss. I'll be right back.